Oh man, what is good, chat? How's everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody here. What is up, my chat? Go ahead and throw some A's in the chat if you are already present and listening to your boys speak. Let me hear those A's in the chat. Hey. What's up, guys? What's up? Very excited to be here tonight. Very cool to be here on a Sunday with all of you, right? I'm super stoked to be streaming tonight, guys. There are a lot of opportunities coming in this week. Oh my goodness. So what is up, chat? Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Moderators, Mark Roach. What's up, Cal L, Samantha H, Hound. How you doing, guys? Sebastian Lim coming strong with a dono, dude. Of course, man. Of course, we can go ahead and add those tickers on the list for you. We are looking at what? You said KPRX and COSM, my dude. Not a problem whatsoever. Super stoked to see you. What's up, Safe Pop Culture? How you doing? Alex, good to see you as well. Guys, I love it that we can all join together and bring in some knowledge for some potential money making this week, right, you guys? So I know that we have, guys, I know that we're having a little bit of a downturn in the broader markets, right? But some of our tickers are still pushing to that upside, right? So Kareem Decker asking for that ticker symbol VS. Of course, my dude, we can go ahead and put it on the list. Not a problem, okay, you guys? All good in the hood. So tell me, you guys, what happened with, well, let's see, well, I'm talking about Friday and Thursday, guys. What happened? Who got long what? Who made money where? Let me know. Not up the, man, Kareem Decker, not a problem at all, man. I got you. We'll go ahead and add that onto the list right now, okay? So let me know what you guys got long. Let me know what you guys got short. Where did we make some cash? I want to hear it, man. Let's see. Be better at 4 a.m. Eastern. Oh my goodness, man, that would be ridiculous, right? So we're talking about what, like 1 a.m. here? Oh my goodness. Mark Roach, what is up, my dude? Good to see you. I'm sorry I didn't greet you. I know I said hello to you earlier, right, my bro? I'm super happy to be here, you guys. So you bought some more TRKA. Oh, that's right. We were talking about TRKA the other day. Oh my goodness, I'm so stoked. Now I'm actually looking at some familiar names right here. Snow Drifter, I know you sent me an email regarding the Arc Masters course. I am actually just waiting for the 30 seats to just fill up, right? We actually have 2 or 3 more seats, and then I'm going to be presenting the welcome package for everybody. Okay, you guys, I'm very excited to announce a few things there, as I am going to be releasing some stuff to you guys, to the master students, right? So go ahead and hang tight, and we'll let go of that information shortly. All right, my dudes. So let's see. I'm sorry, I wasn't catching up on the chat here. There's so many people coming in. I'm sorry. All right, so oh my goodness, guys. Oh yeah, remember I posted up just a few videos today as well, including CLNV, okay, and I think it was AMC as well today. Okay, that was my official video posted on my thoughts for the coming days. Okay, you guys, so I actually didn't catch to see what the PCE data came in, but I assumed that it was not good, which is why the markets are kind of capitulating, right? Guys, remember that we are going to be checking on the SPY first, okay? So that's going to be the first ticker we're going to look at, as I want to make sure that we just check on the broader markets first before we look at the tickers of choice, okay? So everything can be good and known before it gets started, right, you guys? So Mr. Lev, it's good to see you on the chat right here. Wicked Vet, of course. Oh yeah, definitely. We'll go ahead and check on that SPY, okay? So Joe H saying, Arca, I need a shout out. I will put, let's see. It will put me in a good mood. Joe H, my bro. Guys, you should know that Joe H is an OG to the Arca Bulls family. My guy over here has always been a very generous person and always supporting the Arca Bulls family. Okay, my dude, I'm super happy to see you here, man. And my voice is a little hoarse right now, guys. It's been snowing out here. Oh my goodness, I'm talking about for the first time ever. I think it snowed in Chatsworth, California. I don't live in Chatsworth, right? But I'm just saying that I think it snowed there for the first time ever. My goodness. End of days, guys. Talk about the edge of tomorrow, man. I don't know what's going on there. Good to see you, Joe H. No problem, my dude. And yeah, guys, so I'm not sure if anybody ended up checking their if anybody responded to what I was talking about, right? So I see a couple requests coming in for BOIL too, right? So did somebody, let's see, somebody actually asked for, that was Kareem Decker. I'll make sure to put that ticker on there as well, BS, right? So guys, I'll go ahead and put BOIL on the list as well. You know, we're going to try to get this as fast as possible, right? And try to catch up with all those tickers. So let's see. I think I have BOIL. Yeah, I do have BOIL already loaded from the previous session. So this is a very good thing. Oh, so Kareem Decker, you're saying it hailed really bad? Oh my goodness, I totally believe it, man. Actually, I came out of the house last night and I'm looking outside and it's just all white. And I'm like, what? My grass is just, I think it was a good 6 inches or 7 inches of just like fresh white powder. I actually wanted to take, it was just so late in the night, right? I wish that I could have taken my son out on the day like that so he can sled or something, right? Push him down a couple of hills. Oh my goodness, yeah. So I was absolutely watching out for that. Oh, Samantha, yes, I did see a notification of you coming in for me to check out Nat Gas, right? So yeah, BOIL is definitely correlated to that. And you know, another ticker that's actually correlated to that is, I believe, WTI, which is the oil futures. I'm not sure how that's been moving either, but I'm pretty sure it's capitulating as well, right? Good thing for gas though, right? We'll be able to afford it and not pay like $1 million a gallon. Stick Vicious coming through, Evening Battle, and the Arca Bulls family. What is up, my dude? Good to see you here, man. Always good, always a pleasure. Let me clear my throat. I just threw a big old cough. All right, you guys. So what is up, WV? Good to see you in here, man. Good to see you. So let's see, T401. Yeah, you guys, more snow this year than we have had in England. Yeah, absolutely, man. So the last time it snowed pretty hard here in at least in Palmdale, California, was actually about 3 years ago. Anthony, evening to you. Good to see you here. What is up, KYP? HLDX is actually a ticker that we are going to be you mean LHDX, right? Is it LHDX? This one right over here, right, KYP? We're going to be looking at that one today. So everything is looking good, okay? Yeah, LH. Yeah, why, guys, this is actually getting a lot of popularity. What's going on with LHDX? What is it? Or is this, let me see. Oh, they have earnings coming up. When? That's, let's see. So on the 9th of March, news came out on this, but what's the deal? Why are a lot of people talking about LHDX? I mean, the price doesn't look, I mean, oh, wow, I see the after hours. Good deal here, man. LHDX making a huge pump to the upside. Oh man, WV, you're so kind for saying that, man. Look at that. So hey, guys, make sure to hit that like button on your way in. Let's go ahead and stimulate that algorithm so we can get some more people up in the chat, right, and get some good info for the next trading week, right? And Jesus Save 69. Let's see, LHDX released a dual test for COVID and flu. Okay, I see. I also don't want to get in trouble for saying that word, right? As the, I'm not, you know how it goes, man. People get all kinds of just threatened out here. Ruben, what's up? Hey, Arca, first time in this chat. Ruben, my goodness, man. I'm so stoked that you were able to join us, man, and say what's up. That's really cool, my dude. So we actually, just to let you know, man, we actually have a series of awesome tickers to review based on requests, and also based on the early picks from the Discord community, right? Where it's called the channel's called Ticker Picker. So you would just go in there and get your early ticker of choice, right? And then I would just pick at random and then bring them up in the chat, right? So really excited to have you here, my dude. Super cool. All right, so I want to be able to kind of just look at the SPY real quick, you guys. So I'm a little worried just because of the macroeconomic conditions, right, showing a little bit of weakness. But I'm not gonna lie, it may actually just be temporary, right? And the reason why I'm saying this is because of this. Check this out. So on the 12-hour SPY, we're looking at a very clean touch, just like we were talking about. The bottom support range of the smaller time range, broadening descending wedge, and also the larger time frame broadening descending wedge. The one we've been talking about for quite a while now, right? This one here. So you can actually see, let me get rid of these SMAs real quick. There we go. So you can actually see that we came right back down to test both of their supports, which just happened to be actually confluent with each other, right? So they were completely correlated here, and the price action came down on Friday to test both of those, and we did get that bounce, which is very similar to kind of what happened with GTII when we were looking at that bottom side support of this channel, right? So I talked about $1.31 down here, and we actually ended up getting that $1.33. And I'm wondering if it had correlation to the SPY, because it actually came right back down to the support and bounced immediately. It immediately rejected it, right? So what could that mean? Well, I want to pull up momentum and see what it has to say from the immediate short term. So on the 30-minute RSI, for the SPY ticker, so we're looking at some consolidation, but we're still a little bullish on that immediate short term via the 14-day simple moving average, right? So the bi-hourly time frame is also showing a little bit of consolidation here. The good thing here is that we are right in that gravitational zone that would push us right back into the next one, right? So let's just gather our chips here. We're just gonna look at the SPY real quick before we start our ticker picks, so that we can see how the markets are sitting, right? At least a tiny little perspective. All right, you guys, so the 6-hour time frame is also suggesting some consolidation here. All right, so I'm wondering what could, I know that there are a few actually. Oh my goodness. So yeah, we could have gotten a little bit of capitulation also because of the Fed speakers, right? I think that happened on Friday or Thursday. I'm not too sure when it happened, but usually when we get Fed Bullard speaking, he's kind of a big bear. So he he tends to scare the markets a little bit, right? So there could be a little bit of an overreaction right now, and you know, whatever. I'm just saying, guys, that this is actually a bottom support, and this could be indicating a continuation to the upside. Okay, so let's just get those things in line. So ADDA Infusion Whistleblower saying, we move up on SPY this week. Just for your information, I am honestly looking at that possibility too, my dude. Very, very cool that we can all be in the same page, right? So now the 12-hour time frame looks a little bit of consolidation as well. We still got a little bearish action happening on that 14-day sample, but it's not a problem whatsoever, you guys. So let's just go ahead and see the daily. Daily still suggesting some downside, which only tells me that we're likely to come back down and reaccumulate at a relevant support, okay? And we'll go ahead and touch down on those targets shortly. So let's see what the buy daily is saying. Okay, buy daily is still accumulating, but please notice that the downside pivot is not as aggressive as it would be this, right? So in this case, we could be slowing down just a little bit, and it is in respects to facing that bottom side support. So if we do get that awesome bounce from this, from the broader markets here, look, the 5-day is showing that weakness from the bears. Looks like we're about to correct, right? So please notice that we have been failing this 14-day simple and reaccumulating, so, and then recovering it, right, or succeeding it. Go ahead and notice that we're about to do the similar thing here on the 5-day, which is indicative of finding an inflection support or an inflection point. Okay, so this is very good stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Of course, it looks a little bearish right now. Things like this are gonna, you know, momentum is gonna flash based on quick market activity. But I honestly feel like the SPY is in a good place right now. Could be, I don't want to say this right in the bullish long term, but this could be a good accumulation period for the next few weeks, right? So starting tomorrow and Tuesday could be where we could essentially accumulate for an upside move, right? We'll keep an eye on this on the next days as we go, just like always, okay, you guys? So remember, the bottom side targets that I'm talking about right here are still relevant to about 394.25 to, let's see, I'm gonna give you a range actually, just so that you know what I'm looking at, right? So it's in respects to the opening of this candle here, which is just about 395.52, right? So at about 395.52, let's get that right there. And then to the bottom side of our candle, right? So this candle here from Friday. So about 393.66 could be that area for a reaccumulation yet again, and then a bounce to the upside. Okay, so yeah, ADDA Infusion saying hard to chart SPY with this ridiculous market. Good job, thank you so much for that. And right now I have to agree with you, it's very difficult to chart it because there are so many psychological components applied right now. Okay, the sentiment is completely impaired right now. So we want to, there's a little bit of indecision in the markets, right? So as soon as we start recuperating from those bears, from the bad news and from all that stuff, then I can see this gradually growing, right? So overreactions happen in the market all the time, guys. It's just literally to shake people out from their long positions, and then it's going to recover, guys. It always recovers, no problem. Keith Munster, what is up, my dude? Good to see you in the chat. Good to see you stopping by. So now Samantha H saying hi, Keith, to you also. Look at that. So nice, so nice. All right, guys, so that is gonna do it for SPY. Remember that this is my accumulation area right here, you guys, and it just so happens that we're following that same ebb and flow that we've been talking about, right? Reaccumulation before an upside continuation, and then we can look at what the possibilities are afterward. Okay, you guys, so that is gonna do it for ticker symbol SPY. So let's see, chat, what are you guys saying? What's up, Beso Amy? Good to see you here. And now let's see, so and I did notice, let's see, optimal ITV, LHDX FDA issued EUA, okay, for the first OTC at-home diagnostic that can differentiate and detect the flu, SARS-CoV-2. Okay, wow. Okay, so this is the reason why LHDX has been pumping to that upside. My goodness. So, is it announced, or is it something that they're practicing? It's already officially in effect. Is that what I'm understanding? Is it in effect or not? I mean, nonetheless, this is great price action. Please notice that this is way upside still. You know, so likely this thing is gonna gap up on Monday, and that's going to create a lot of attention for all kinds of day traders, including short positions. Okay, you guys, you must be careful with this, but we are going to go over this ticker. We still got to go in order, though. Okay, so let's see. Jesus Save saying it's already being sold. Oh yeah, I bet. Wow. So for sure in production, and for sure already in the racks for selling. Incredible. KYP saying, can you lower the music? Yes, so actually we're going to start dropping the music down now so that we can get this thing rolling in a more serious note, right? So we'll leave it just very, very, very low in the background. So now let's see. Yeah, okay, so it was announced on Friday. Thanks, you guys. Yes, awesome. Thank you for that information. That is incredible. Moderator Cal L coming in with TELL being a nat gas play. Very cool. Actually, I'm curious just to see what that is. TELL? Let's see. What are they doing? KYP, not a problem whatsoever. Very excited to be streaming here, you guys. Make sure to hit that like button on your way in. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And remember that there are only about 2 or 3 seats left in the ARC Masters trading course, right, guys? So that's filling up pretty fast. We've only begun to promote it about 5 days ago, maybe. And it's very close to selling out. Make sure to reserve your seat. The link is included in the description below. Okay, so this is this the one? Cal, this is it, right? So on the daily chart, oh, I see. Okay, let me put it on log and see what's happening with this. So yeah, this thing is actually, whoa. If this is the case, you guys, then this could be preparing for a macro move, and I'm not sure if that macro move is going to be the best thing in the world, right? But are you guys long this ticker or no? I'm actually just curious. I'm just very curious over what people are feeling as far as sentiment this ticker, right? So there are a lot. Yeah, this is totally it right here. So this could be, I mean, on the long term, this could be prepping for, okay, no position yet. So, oh, I see. So this thing could be prepping for a macro upside. So 1, 2, so we have 3, and then now this thing just capitulated on that 3, huge fake out, right? And now it could be preparing for that 4th test, my dude. So ticker symbol TELL is potentially something that we could go long on, right? And actually make some serious gains on this. So on the 12-hour, okay, so yeah, the daily is for sure where we're trading this descending channel, right? So man, this is good stuff. I'm wondering what the SMAs are saying, guys. These opportunities are awesome. Okay, so it looks like we're in the process of converting that SMA 10 into a support. We have a little bit of resistance right above it right now, but Okay, so let's get a little more surgical, right? I'm just curious over this one, guys, real quick, because sometimes these things could present huge opportunities for us to get long, right? So, yeah, we're right at that. We're right at that support from the EMA 7. Okay, not bad whatsoever. Okay, so starting, let's see, from the 30-minute, we have an upside, bi-hourly upside. Man, 6-hour upside. All right, so we still have some upside on the 12-hour as well. Jeez, okay. Let's go into deeper time frames. Okay, so this is already losing the bear strength. Yeah, okay, so we're about, I mean, remember, this is super discretionary. I haven't actually tested it, right? But we're about, I want to say, a good 2 days, maybe a day early. This thing could be preparing that long accumulation for literally Tuesday, maybe. And the thing is that we can also check on volatility. Let's see just how like prepped this thing can be. Okay, so I mean, this is really close to already huge volatility, right? So let's go to, okay, so we're already coming down from the 90 percentile of the 12-hour. What is momentum saying, guys? Oh my goodness. All right, so, okay, no, hold on, not that one. Let's go to the bi-daily. Okay, there it is. All right, so this signal actually fired on Wednesday, the 15th. and now we're starting to get that upside prep on the bi-daily. So this is now, bro, yeah. this is now a statistical play, okay? So we definitely want both of the volatility component from BBWP and the moving average pitched to that upside alongside momentum suggesting that upside as well. And it looks like it's in that process already. The signal fired, meaning that the long, let's see, when it fired was literally right over here. So the accumulation period was found at about 138. If we're going to get long this, man, oh my goodness, this could play to the upside pretty nicely. And, that loading zone could be at about 154 to about 150, right around there. So, I mean, to be very exact, is 152, right? But if we can face a little bit of a downside, then we can pressure that SMA 10 right back down to this bottom side of this gap here, okay? Tiny little gap, but sometimes we use those gaps as just as a support from the top side, okay? So 152 could be it. And then this thing could actually start getting that upside. Dude, very cool play. Holy crap. Man, yeah, this is nice. Good deal. Thank you, moderator Cal L, for suggesting the ticker symbol TELL for us. Okay, so guys, let's go ahead and rate this ticker real quick. Chat, dive in and let's see what we can do for this. Okay, so D- being your max loss and D+ being your break even, right? So let's rate it from D- to A+. Chat, dive in. Let me know what you guys have to say. MM giving me a rating of B already. Mark Roach giving me a B. If you guys are curious to see what's going down here on the cap, you're looking at 879 million with a 500 million share of oh my goodness. Guys, moderator Cal L couldn't have nailed it any harder. This is literally what I trade, okay? Like the valuation right here, what you're looking at, even the dollar amount, everything is what I trade here. This is the epitome of what I specialize in my own terms. Okay, you guys, so we got an S+. All right, I think you mean A+ because the S is right next to that A, right? I always do it myself. So moderator Mark Roach giving me a B. We have ADDA Infusion giving me a B++. Daniel M with a B. And Jesus Saves with an A+. Okay, you guys, so this is already in play. And to tell you my honest play and my honest truth on this one, of course, we're going to have to face a little bit of just a little bit of reaccumulation here for the next day. And then we would be able to push this to the upside, right, guys? So this play for me is 100% a solid B+ for the long ratings in my own perspective. Okay, you guys, so that's actually a very healthy play and one that we should consider for our week coming in. Okay, you guys, this is great. This is good stuff. So, man, thank you so much, moderator Cal L, for Mr. Levitz also gave it an S+. Let's go. Oh, man. So Mark Roach coming in with incredible information. 52-week high, $6.54 in the low of 138. Man, we just got that low, and it could be in preparation to that massive upside next. Okay, so this is very good. Let me go ahead and put the rating here as a B plus, B plus. Oh man, this is good. This is very good, you guys. I'm super stoked that we got to start this off with a B plus right off the bat. Moderator Cal, you are so kind for sharing that with the chat and for the Arca Bulls family and retail. I love it, man. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have been starting off hot in this, man. Getting our week already prepped for some money making, right? You guys, please remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets, okay? Do your own due diligence and everything will be just fine, okay, you guys? So upside target for TELL. Let's go ahead and see, okay? So please remember that it's hard to see the upside targets when we're coming down to reaccumulate, okay? But if we were to speculate an upside target for now, we can actually just take a very short term, okay? Swing high to the swing low of the last day of trading. I'm talking about from, what was this, on Friday, right? So please notice that your EMA 30, and I think this is, no, I'm sorry, the SMA 50, this is your EMA 30 here. The SMA 50 is landing with, I mean, absolute confluence here to that one spot 618. We have a range of about 178 to about 180. That's very likely a target to touch within this week, okay? So we just go ahead and make this little box of resistance just like that. And I want you to notice also where the SMA 100 is landing at. Okay. So with real thrust, we can do a back test on this. Okay. So I'm wondering actually how far back this thing goes. I'm sure it's a long, okay. 2009, that gives us a lot of data on that 12 hour. And I think it's on the 12 hour is going to be where we're, no, maybe the bi-daily. Yeah, the bi-daily is actually going to be where we're going to be back testing this thing. And yeah, so I want you to notice a couple targets here. First of all, on the 12 hour, you have that SMA 100 landing at the next golden mean, which is right at that. This is the SMA 100, right? Let me just make it a little brighter. I know sometimes they're hard to see, right? So here you go. Check it out. This is the SMA 100, and look at the cursor to the right and look at it land on that pink line to the 3.618. That's absolute correlation. Okay, so now with a downside pressure here to that loading zone of about $1.52, we can really now make a range between the $2.03 range to about 208. That's literally the resistance range that I'm looking at for the next few days. We're going to run a back test on this and find out what volatility versus momentum have to say throughout the entire trading history of the bi-daily chart. Okay, so this bi-daily is essentially going to give us the statistical mean for the upside. So I'm going to start gathering all of the samples from when volatility has contracted to critical lows being beyond that 15 percentile or within that 15 percentile, followed by an expansion phase and also an upside of momentum. Okay, so as soon as I do have that back test completed throughout the entire trading history, we will have that data set for us to evaluate for that upside move. Okay, you guys, so far I am looking at this as a solid B plus, and I will also note here on my notes that I will have to do a bi-daily back test of contraction. Okay, so this is awesome. This is very cool. Contraction, good deal. All right. Starting off hot, starting off very good in the chat, man. Very cool stuff. So you're looking at a daily head and shoulders on this. Those herp and derps are actually something I don't like to look at all the time, right? So are you talking about inverse head and shoulders? So let's see on the daily, right? You're okay, so if anything, you could actually see this probably a little more clear on the upper term time frame. So 3-day, right? Let's get rid of this drawing and go ahead and notice here that this is your shoulder, right? You have your head here, meaning that if we did make that upside, there is sharing a little bit of confluence here with, let's bring our drawings back up, right? And see what we got. Okay, so if we were, yeah, not bad. Actually, if we were to make it to about $2.02, let me get rid of the drawing, right? So if we were to make it to $2.02, right? So right over here, we would then reject from that 202 and then come back down, literally create that next shoulder and then an upside, right? So it would be an inverse herp and derp play, and this would have an implied target overall, we can figure that out too. Okay, so we'll take a trend line from the very bottom side of it to the supposed neckline for now. We don't know where that is just yet, right? So, and then we can apply it to where, let's just say that this was the top of the neckline, right? So this would be suggesting a top side target of about 294, of which shares a lot of confluence here with these tops, and also shares the confluence here with where we topped out here as a resistance test as well. If that were the case, we can actually break out to this area here, retrace, and then come back down, reaccumulate, testing this newly converted resistance into support, and then we push on to the upside. Okay, you guys. So a lot of ways that we can look at the potentials for an upside on this, but yeah, it's looking not bad whatsoever, you guys. So let's see. So the God Martin saying, I like it, adding TELL to the watch list. Thank you. Thoughts on IBIO hitting $3 soon? Cost to borrow is a massive 294%. And the RSI already cooled off. And what time frames are you looking at, though, right? So I will go ahead and add that into the list. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to get to it, but absolutely it'll be put on the list, right? IBIO. Good stuff, man. Thank you so much for stopping by. So let's see. So you have yours at 4. Okay. All right. All right. So guys, let's go ahead and finish off this ticker now and move on to the next one. Okay. So I got a request asking me for ticker symbol CING. Okay. So CING was one that I think we just looked at, I think on the last day, right? So, okay, we topped out very close to the target where we were looking at, though. But why? I'm not sure if that's well, I mean, stop with the speculating, right? And let's just go ahead and pull out some technicals. So let me get the moving averages up and see what this can do for us. Okay, CING. Why did it go up, guys? Let me know. Dive in the chat and let me know why CING actually went up. So guys, I was actually messing around, chat, actually let me know about this, okay? I was messing around with my settings, trying to include a brand new interface, an audio interface, right? To kind of replace the little backup system that I have here, which is what you're listening to. Sorry, just a sec. So what I want to ask you is if the sound still sounds good. Am I still loud enough? Am I still coming through clear? I want to make sure that that is the case, right? Because sometimes I get some news saying that I'm a little too low in volume. So please let me know if I do sound okay. Chat, dive in and let me know if the audio is cool and you can hear me clearly. All right. So yeah. So okay, good. Thank you, Samantha. Very, very, very good to know. Okay, thank you. Jesus saying, yeah, you sound good, Papa Arca. Mr. Levitt sounds perfect. Thank you. Daniel sounds good. Randy sounds good. Okay, Stick Vicious saying it sounds just fine. Perfect, man. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Just had to kind of put the settings back and make sure that I was still good. Loud and clear from Kenny Powers and Mark Roach. Very clean. Miss L. What is Miss L saying? All G. Jesus saves. TRKA tonight. Absolutely. TRKA is actually following CING. So let's go ahead and it sounds like I need a little sip. Does it? Oh my goodness. So I actually have a Gatorade right next to me, right? Getting those electrolytes in per Cal-L, but let me take a sip of water this time, right? All right, guys. So let's go ahead and now let's go ahead and dive in to ticker symbol CING. Okay, good stuff. Here we go. All right, so we're looking at the moving averages now because I wasn't sure exactly what the heck was going on, but what I can notice for you immediately right off the bat is that on the 12-hour time frame we have a huge bearish engulfing candle structure here. Usually happens when you have the red body of the following candle engulfing the previous green body. Okay, very particular to have it set up in this manner for it to be considered. Bearish engulfing, right? So if we're looking at supports relevant to the 12-hour time frame, I actually could bring up the EMAs as well and see if we have. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so judging by the space, right? So this is discretionary, guys. Remember, okay? I haven't mathematically backed anything here. This is, you guys are just experiencing the discretionary of Arca, okay? So minus the edge of statistical backtesting and mathematical application, right? So in this case, judging by the space between the RSI signal and the 14-day simple moving average on the 12-hour, right, we can see that this is a temporary downside for two reasons. First of all, the EMA 7 located right at about $1.40. Okay, the second reason would be the gravitational pull zone of the bull weakness percentile, and also the 14-day simple moving average. Okay, so we have this area to be looked at as a form of support, just like it's been acting several times already. Okay, so it looks like we have a little bit of downside to go, potentially to that 139, and then we can actually face a bounce, onwards and upwards. Okay, so let's go ahead and now look at the immediate short-term time frame, right? Let's start it off with that 30-minute. Okay, so the 30-minute is suggesting a very short-term upside, so which is validating now the 12-hour for a continuation to that downside. Judging again that RSI signal to that 14-day simple moving average, it looks like the range that we would actually face would be somewhere between 155 to about 158 before coming back down, right? So now let's go ahead and look at it in the buy day, on the buy hourly, right? So the buy hourly is suggesting some downside here. Okay, we have actually succeeded it from these downsides and failures of that 14-day simple, so it's no big deal. Let's go to the 6-hour. All right, so 6-hour is also showing us that it's a limited downside as well. Please notice that we've been above this 14-day simple on the 6-hour for some time now. So this is likely going to be just a short-term support before that continuation to the upside. So the 12-hour is where we were looking at already. Let's move on. So now in respects to the daily, because there isn't any after hours activity shown there, right? So please notice that you have a 151 close at after hour, right? And the daily traditional close is 156. Okay, so but in this case, nonetheless, we still have an upside suggestion from that daily, but historically speaking, I'm not even sure if we have enough data for this. It's not appearing as such. So let me see the 12-hour to see if we have anything else. Guys, do you know if this IPO was for sure on the, let's see, December 8th, 2021? I think this is the one that this is the one that we were talking about, where they opened at the beginning of the bear market. They went public right as the bear cycle started. Incredible. So the bear cycle was, arguably started on November 21st, 2021 for that downside, right? Please go ahead and refer to the link that moderator Kal-El just put up for you to go ahead and reserve. Okay, so for you to go ahead and join the Discord Arca Bulls trading community. Thank you, moderator Kal-El, for sharing that with the family. Okay, you guys. So let's go ahead and now continue on the analysis. Let's move on to the buy daily and see what we have. Look at that. Buy daily still pivoted to the upside, giving us the validation that we are essentially looking at a very temporary pullback. Okay, that loading zone we'll go ahead and go over one more time. Look at that 3-day. And now this is important here. The 3-day RSI signal is approaching that gravitational zone, which would essentially catapult us to that upside in the following zone. So this is good. 5-day should still be up. And that's very aggressive, right? So another thing that I do have to mention is that while we have all of these timeframes with an upside pivot, please remember that there's not a lot of historical data for us to go off of, okay? But this is still, and in essence, right? I'm talking about in percentile or percentages. We are kind of in price discovery here, right? So what I mean by discovery would be more in the percentile, not in the price itself. So if we are looking for an upside continuation, this would likely happen after a very short-term pullback, and then we would continue on and onwards and upwards, right? So if we're looking at that downside, is going to be relevant to, let's see, potentially the next day. And then we can continue on the upside, let's see, on probably Wednesday, okay? So it depends on FOMO too, guys. When we create these massive gaps, that already, it signals short sellers, it signals a lot of people. It signals longs because there's also some news or whatever happened to actually push this thing to the upside, right? You'll gain that entry and this thing will actually continue on to the upside per the suggestions of literally every higher term time frame, starting on the daily all the way to the weekly and bi-weekly. So this is still very much suggesting an upside. So now I'm curious to see what volatility has to say about that. So let's pull up volatility. Oh man, already going into critical volatility. This is 92%, 93 already in. Let's pull up momentum and see what it's got for us. Oh man, so okay. So this is very likely to start the upside. within the next day or two, just like I said. Okay, so what we are looking at is freshly entering into the critical volatility zone of the daily time frame, and now momentum is starting to suggest that upside. So in all technicalities here, the signal has officially been fired on Friday. Okay, so reaccumulation period, let's go ahead and go over those details one more time. So let's just look at the 4-hour and see, okay, or maybe even the hourly, we can actually touch down on it, right? So please go ahead and focus on the target that you have down here at about let's see, $1.41, okay? But remember that we already have a gap here, okay? So sometimes, and only sometimes, we can actually use the gap as a whole support, okay? Meaning that we won't go back down any further. It doesn't always happen, but we have to have a play and a plan in mind, right? So in this case, the most relevant target for starting to get long would actually be at about $1.48. The next relevant target would be right at that SMA 50 at about $1.41 on the hourly chart, okay? So I'm talking about immediate short-term time frame accumulation, okay? Let me adjust the range from the first target, okay? So we're gonna just adjust that range to be 148 to the top side of this gap right over here, okay? So we're gonna favor the red candle forward, above it. So this case, we can see 145 to 148 as that very likely area for us to get long. If you're talking about wick basis, potentially touching down at that 141. Okay, so I'm talking about maybe even lowest. Okay, you guys, so that's literally what I'm looking at now before an upside. Of course, remember, it's difficult for us to see the upside based on momentum suggesting downside first before a huge thrust to the upside. Let's take the 8-hour into consideration here. Okay, so let's pull up the fibs and take let's see the last 8-hour iteration. So it would just be half a day's swing high to swing low fib. Okay, so let's see what geometrics have to say for us. If we were to bounce off from this area here, the very likely targets. Okay, the very likely targets are, first of all, located between, I would say, let me see, the one just shy of the 1 fib at 174 to the 0.618 at 164. Okay, so that would likely be an area of resistance first. Let me go ahead and make that range for us to evaluate later, okay? Because no matter which way we want to look at this, guys, I'm seeing the upside on this, okay? I'm actually curious to see what let's see, the float, 7 million, okay, and then we have a market cap of about 17 million. High risk, but the upside is still very, very likely. Okay, so the secondary upside target that we're looking at would be at the opening of this candle here, which just so happens to share so much confluence with the 1.618. Okay, the other thing is that the closing of this candle here actually has the 1.272 at 181. So very interesting that we're getting the groups of about 10 cents. Okay, so 164 to 174, right? And we also have 181 to 191. So this is the secondary range. All right, you guys, from there, I don't want to say anything up higher just yet. Just know that this is essentially where we can be trading, okay? I'm not saying that this is going to be, in fact, up and down this massive range. I'm just saying that now we know our top side and bottom side, and then everything in between is what we're going to determine as the days go along, okay? Remember, this is the second live session to where we've seen we've evaluated the ticker symbol CING, okay, you guys? So very good play here. I'm liking it. Remember, your loading zones are the range of about, I'd say, 148 to about 145. Secondary loading zone would be right at about 141, okay, before we can actually make an upside, likely to start on Tuesday or Wednesday. Okay, you guys, so chat, let's dive in. What are we rating this for the longs? Indra H, good to see you in here. So remember, D- being your max loss, D+ being your break even. What are we gonna rate this from D- to A+? Let's go ahead, chat, and dive right into grading this for our long positions, okay? What do we have to say about this ticker, guys? So Mark Roach giving this a C+, Indra H giving it a B. Okay, remember, volatility versus momentum is already on our favor. The signal even the signal on the 8-hour is still suggesting upside in critical volatility. Guys, this is looking not bad whatsoever. And let's see. Indra H giving it a B. Okay. Let's see. Then I'll ride that way. But ADDA giving it a D plus. We have Lil AR15 A plus. Joe H giving this a D, and now Jesus Saves giving this an A minus, and let's of course the S minus, right? Cross them fingers, says Naps44, and Sebastian Lim giving this a C plus as well. Please remember that it is a high risk play because of the valuations, right? So we have a small cap, we have a small float. Anything can happen within this, right? It's a little bit pricey for having that small of gap, which actually makes me. Oh, here's a good thing to notice, guys. Check this out. Notice down here that the last 2 earnings reports have been green. So they have done already 2 beats on their earnings. So they are not only meeting the expectations, but surpassing them too. So this is not bad. Okay. So CING actually just giving me a little bit of a twist here in the story. Wow. Okay. So man, do I want to give this thing another buy rating? Okay, guys. So, yeah, I'm actually forced to give this thing another buy rating because this is definitely suggesting upside. Okay, so, yeah, you know, all right, screw it. I'm just gonna do it and stop talking. Let me go ahead and just give this a long rating of C plus to B minus. Okay, because I just hate that it has that small cap and that small float, right? It's a little too small for my taste, but this is, I mean, 2 earnings beats already, and then also suggesting that massive upside. Guys, something is up with this ticker, and are we really just, man, we're coming in hot. Guys, we're looking at already a B plus ticker for that ticker symbol TELL, and now ticker symbol CING coming in with a C plus and C plus to B minus. This is an incredible start to our evening, you guys, and I think there are absolutely opportunities to take into consideration for tomorrow. Very good stuff, man. So I'm not sure who actually referred the ticker symbol CING, but thank you so much for sharing that with the chat, and thank you so much for making this suggestion, okay, as this is definitely going to present some opportunities for longs to get some cash, okay? Good stuff. All right. So that's going to do it, man. That is going to do it. Yeah, the earnings is coming up. It says that the earnings are coming up on what? Thursday, March 9th. Okay, so this is very, very cool. So Lil AR15 sharing CING. My dude, thank you so much. Very, very kind of you to share with retail. So please remember, guys, to go back. If you're curious, you can just go back to about, if you're new to the chat, right, go back to about 9:14 p.m. You'll see me started. I think that's around where I started it, right? So yeah, not bad. So guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, as it is a very popular ticker that everybody is kind of wondering what's happening with. So we're going to move on to ticker symbol TRKA. And Daniel M. So COSM is on the list. And it's actually a few tickers away, but it is on there, and I'm going to try my best to get to it. Okay, so I want to just go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol TRKA, because it actually looks like it's been playing to our moves, to our forecast pretty nicely. Not bad. I haven't actually seen this ticker, right? So, and wow, yeah, good stuff, guys, good stuff. All right, so let's pull up our moving averages and see what happened from the last time we looked at this. Okay, so TRKA definitely found that bounce from that SMA 10. Okay, good. And then also from our loading zone as well. So, man, awesome. Okay, we were looking at a potential 2489 as well. Didn't quite dip that low, but still went into that loading zone. Awesome. Okay, so if we're gonna be looking at an upside here, you guys, please pay attention to this candle here, as it is. I mean, there is nothing returned here. So what I mean by returned is that usually when you actually pump to the upside like this and you start coming down this candle, you then leave a wick like this. Right, it'll show you that would be the highest area that we went. So we are knocking at the door of the day's high. So the day high was let's see, that was about 31.38, and the price is just upside of that. Okay, so this is very bullish and could still be suggesting an upside. Okay, so let's find out to see if there's an area for us to kind of consider getting long. Let's see if there's any weakness where we can reaccumulate and potentially find an upside. But I'm not gonna lie, okay, this is already looking way strong, and it's already looking like we should have been long this from the targets that we were talking about down here, right? But let's go ahead and see anyway. Let's start off with the momentum, okay? So, oh, this is very curious. No problem. I am gonna look at that later, and just look at the RSI for now. Let's go to the 30-minute and see what we got. Okay, so the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame is suggesting sideways. So this is just consolidation, literally because of this over here. You see that? So all this is just stagnant. So let's go ahead and now move on to the bi-hourly and see if we have any suggestions there. Okay, so the bi-hourly is suggesting some upside already, and it's outside of that gravitational zone where it would have essentially pull us back down. Sorry, wow. If we were to be pushed to the downside, we have that 14-day simple to support us, right? So this is still very good. Okay, so the 6 hour is still suggesting that upside and also approaching that gravitational zone for a continuation to the upside. My goodness, 12 hour, very similar situation here at that gravitational zone too. Let's see the daily. Oh man, okay, so the daily is where it's starting. Bi-daily with that upside suggestion. My goodness, 3-day and 5-day and weekly and bi-weekly. Oh, look at that. Guys, the bi-weekly time frame made a bullish cross above that 14-day simple, which, by the way, we've been below that 14-day simple since, man, no way. Are you serious? Since August 15th, August 2022, we've been below this and we finally crossed it. This is massively bullish. Okay, so I want to look at the micro timeframes to see if there's any potential here for a downside. Okay, there is a little bit on the 15-minute at least. So it's a little late on the 15-minute, but on the 5-minute, no, it would actually be the 15-minute. Okay, so this would likely play out in the immediate short term. Okay, I'm talking about immediate short term, like right away. Okay, or like as early pre as you can get. Like I'm talking about, get a VPN and put that you're trading in Germany so you can get long here from the US. I'm just kidding. It's not. It really isn't like that, right? So the 15-minute is suggesting a possible downside here, and I can get a little more surgical by including the EMAs. Let me actually just put them in because the SMA 10 may be a little too low even still. Okay, all right. So the range that I'm looking at, we're sitting right now at 3140. Okay, so the range that I'm looking at is 3103 to about 3067. Okay, so if we can gain or get long this ticker from here, then yeah, there may be an opportunity here to continue on to the upside. And that upside, guys, remember that my targets, the ones that I've been talking about for a few days now, are still very much relevant. And now that we're looking at momentum suggesting that kind of upside, I can already start to see the top side targets coming into fulfillment. Okay, so what am I talking about here? I am talking about the SMA 200 on the 12-hour time frame, located at about 3487. But guys, I still have to honor my original target of 3561 at that 2.618. Okay, so this would be a resistance range that we're looking at now between that SMA 200 and that 2.618 still. Okay, best case scenario, guys. Best case scenarios. I mean, for us to get long, this is way too aggressive. I'm not sure that we can make it all the way down to 3030. Okay, just know that that's, I mean, man, 3073 would honestly be that loading zone, right? Before a continuation onto the upside. If we were to come down ever so slightly from below 30 cents, it would be in reference to this. Okay, this is, man, I hate to play it this tight. Okay, but I know that people are looking at below 30. I know they are. Okay, so this gap here that we're looking on the 12-hour, these two of them. Okay, let me get rid of the moving averages so we can see. All right, so yeah, look at this tiny gap here. Okay, this gap that of course we've already filled. All right, that could be the area of support. Okay, so so let me just put it like this. And I'm going to give you the best case scenario to get long this stock, okay? So this is the range that I would be looking at in a technical perspective, and that is located like this. 2980 to about 2949, okay? So that would be the best case scenario loading zone, and then we can move on to the upside 4 days. So that, yeah, this thing is looking very bullish, you guys. Okay, so please remember that when we were down here, I said you're gonna have to wait. If you want to play this the right way, wait for it to pump, let it come back down, reaccumulate this range here, get long the stock here, and then let it ride, right? So it has moved just like that. So now I'm giving you the other opportunities to get in. These are very conservative opportunities down here, okay? This 29.80 to 29.49. If we can get long there, guys, yeah, the targets that I'm essentially looking at are for sure within the range of about 34.89 to the 35.71 in the shorter term, okay? So following days, still right in here. These are still the targets I'm looking at. 38.57 to 39.77 likely to happen maybe by the end of the week this week, right? So TRKA absolutely still moving on that upward ascent. So last time we rated this was a B minus. Chat, let's go ahead and dive in and rate this for the longs. Okay, so everything is still suggesting a massive upside on this. Small area of reaccumulation before a continuation to that upside. Joe H giving this a B. TRKA sideways per Naps 14 C+. Indra H giving this a B+ as well. Man, guys, the sentiment is already looking pretty good on this. I am not gonna lie. Okay, so Sebastian Lim giving this a B+ as well. Jesus Saves giving this an S+, being an A+, right? So MM giving it a B+. Mark Roach giving it an A+, but I'm biased. I own shares. Okay, very good to keep in mind. Samantha H giving this a B+. Hound giving this a B-. Okay, so now Mr. Levitz giving this a B+. Man. Okay, so guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and have to adjust my rating here because momentum and everything technical is suggesting a massive upside here. Tiny Baby Doll, good to see you in the chat, and you're saying TRKA float is shorted 99%. Incredible. Jesus Save saying TRKA gonna melt faces. T401 saying I knew I should have grabbed more around 27. Damn it. Tiny Baby Doll giving it a B+ as well, guys. So this is now my personal rating has actually, yeah. So Jesus Save saying TRKA seriously about to be wild. So my rating has now changed from a B- to a solid B. And I do believe that this actually still has massive room to grow and massive upside. Okay, you guys, so TRKA fibs per Mark Roach, 34 cents. Yeah, man, it's right in there, right in that range. Between a 2-spot 272 and a 2-spot 618. Absolutely, man. 42 cents being right upside of that 3-spot 618. Good deal. I love it. I absolutely love it, man. So Alex giving it a B+ as well. T401 with a B+. Tiny Baby Doll rockets to the upside. Let's moon this, guys. This is absolutely bullish. TRKA definitely still suggesting that upside. Remember those. Remember the loading zone. Okay, it could be around that 30.73 to about that 31.09-ish best case scenario, guys. So if we're going to look at those bottom side targets, that's absolutely conservative of you, and that would be you fearing not to miss out on the opportunity, okay? Do not fear missing out on this, okay? So Joe H saying Arca about to long 24,000 shares. Joe H, man, this could actually bring in some pretty beautiful gains, my dude. Absolutely stoked for you, man. So I did adjust it, right? Okay, good. We have a long rating of B there. So let me go ahead and make it on my notes here as well that our long rating is adjusted to B for TRKA. Man, guys, this is very cool stuff. I can't believe this is gonna be the first time in the live streams, right, that we are looking at 3 consecutive tickers that have a B rating within them. This is absolutely bullish, man. This week is going to be very, very interesting. Hound saying, I hope the dip continues to 7 a.m. Eastern. Man, I hope so too. I'm actually super considering getting long on this. Oh man, wow. Very good stuff, man. I love that TRKA is something that we've been talking about. Good. I love that people recommended this, and now we're literally looking at that upside. So Sebastian Lim, thanks so much for your dono, my bro. Your ticker is up next. We're going to be looking at ticker symbol KPRX still, right? So good deal. Man, guys, I need to open up that window. Let me actually just pull out the mic real quick and get that window open. It's getting hot. There we go. We might start hearing some engines here and there, so it's just people passing by, right? Trying to maybe get home from work on a late night Sunday. But it's all good, you guys. So, hold on just a sec, guys. Just a sec. I'm just trying to get this... All right. Just the girls keep the heat on outside, you know, the heater, right? Because it's here in Palmdale, it's probably freaking 30 outside. It's super cold. There's snow on my grass. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here, you guys, and we're gonna be looking at KPRX next. Let's see. So TRKA, yeah, that's it, guys. Long rating of a B, man. Super excited for it. 3 tickers already with a B rating. What, man? I'm really tripping out on that. That is incredible. Incredible. All right, so if I remember correctly, there were 2 zones of the KPRX ticker that we were looking at for getting long, and it was in respects to a few things. Let me make this a little bit, I want to get a little more concise, right, because there's so much going on in this ticker. We've covered it, I think, maybe 2 or 3 days already. Okay, so the loading zone is approaching the bottom side of the loading zone that we were looking at, which is at about $4.99. So $4.99 was in respects to the top side of this wick here, okay? Or $4.98, right? So this would be essentially the area that I'm looking for as a bounce. If we do come down a little bit more, there are 2 other areas because of these candles here, okay? 483 to about 493, but the overall range I'm looking at is 499. Or 498, sorry. So still, I'm looking for that, okay? And it's not only because it's the candle, right? It's also because it's the broadening descending wedge, newly converted resistance into support, okay? So we are coming right back down into that area before that bounce to the upside, okay? So that's essentially why I'm looking at that zone as the loading zone for this ticker, okay? So now let me pull up momentum and see what it's got for us. Okay, so the daily time frame is backing the potential of us finding that support down there, but I don't want to make quick decisions on this, as we have to face the reality here when we're looking at loading zones, especially from our targets, right, of about, and especially a retracement from the 0.618. We have to look at these as very dangerous because they can flash things to the downside. But let's validate. Let's see the 30-minute immediate short term. Okay, so the 30-minute is getting critically low here, and this is still suggesting a downside. It's entering the gravitational zone within the grips of the bear strength percentile. Okay, good. It's still suggesting downside, right? Bi-hourly is still suggesting that downside as well. It's also in that gravitational zone. And let's see that 6 hour. 6 hours still nosediving here. And it's actually just outside of this gravitational zone here, so it's very likely to continue. Okay, now I'm wondering what's happening with this ticker, as it does have a pretty, let's see. It is suggesting kind of an aggressive downside here, okay? So hold on just a sec. 12 hours still with a downside pivot. Sebastian Lim, are you long this ticker or what, my dude? Speak to me. Okay, so here he goes. Okay, so the buy daily suggesting a limited downside. And that limited downside is very likely to happen. Okay, so, and it's actually slowing down on that sell pressure already. Giving the target of about 498, that validation. Okay, so this is very critical. And this, yeah, it would take a few days for us to, let's see. You're long now? Or are you gonna get long at 520? Not bad at all. 498 or 498 to $5 could be the secondary loading zone, and that's actually being suggested by that buy daily. So as I see, the 3-day RSI is already losing that strength as well. Hold on. And yeah, no, there's nothing to do with the upper term timeframes, not whatsoever. So yeah, the upper term timeframes are telling me that they are reliant upon the succession of this. So we're trading this. I strongly believe that we're trading this ticker. The strategies are landing on the buy daily here for swing plays and not necessary to momentum plays. If there are momentum plays happening right here, then there are short-term short positions pressuring this to the downside. Long-term shorts started at about that 651, right? So they are very likely to cover very, very soon. Okay, and I'm really thinking 498 could be that area to cover before this thing faces that actual support from that newly converted resistance from the broadening wedge into a support, and then it will continue on to that upside. Okay, we have to keep an eye on that buy daily. Okay, so this is remember what I said. Okay, it's a little dangerous when we are coming down this hard, knowing that there is a support line here, but that's the type of aggressive trader that gets long these opportunities before anybody else, and they're likely to catch the bottom right before everybody's trying to catch entry within this area when you're already up about 20-30%. So I have to tell you that the technicals are all suggesting the downside right now, and it is in respects to this per the buy daily. Okay, so judging by the room between the RSI signal and the 14-day simple on the buy daily RSI could very well be that 498. Let's just see if we have any SMAs in there. Okay. What about the EMAs? Let me pull. Here we go. Okay. So resistance from the EMA 7. We have support from that EMA 10. But I really think this is actually going to, it may fail it. And it may actually wick down there before it's using that SMA 10. Okay. So if it is going to use that, then that would be in that case. So go ahead and check right down here. That $4.90 is right where the SMA 200 and the EMA 30 are located. And it's actually a very bullish thing here that you have the EMA 30 crossing that SMA 100 to the upside. Okay, so this is a little hint, a very small hint that this could be playing an upside very soon. Okay, so I'm curious to see what the float is and what the cap is on this. So let's just pull that up and see what we have. So, okay, so tiny float, right? 1.6 mil, and then we have that market cap at about, man, just at 9.5 million. So this is it's very small, so high risk, but this is an aggressive play. I would not suggest, if you are newer to trading, I would not suggest you trade this ticker, okay? Because this would require a lot of knowledge and a lot of skill, okay? So meaning that you would have to cater tight stops no matter which way this thing goes. Okay, so be very careful with this ticker. And I actually would rather not rate this ticker today because there is a little bit of a danger here. Okay, so Sebastian Lim, if I were you, do not take this as any type of financial advice. Okay, but if I were playing this, I would be stopping out at about 465 or maybe even 470. Okay, so as this, I mean, I would personally play it with a very, very tight stop. And I'm talking about me getting long from 498. Okay, so if I were to get long 498, and then 470 would be that. Let's see. It's meeting my threshold right around there. So that's minus 5%. Okay, so I'm usually minus 4% before I suspend myself. Okay, so that would be a very tight stop for you to consider. Okay, stop at 469, not bad whatsoever. Okay, so that's gonna do it for ticker symbol KPRX, and let's just go ahead and make sure that we do not rate this, as I think that the beginner traders may actually find some trouble within this. Okay, and I want you guys to bag hold. Be very careful with this one. Okay, so let's finish it off here now. And let's now move along. Let's go ahead and now move along to the ticker symbol. Let's see, what was it? LHDX, right? So that's another one that you guys have been talking about a lot. Okay, so Joe H giving it a B- short, man, potentially, right, my dude? So LHDX was the one that we were talking about, right? Already in the rack right now. So the serious virus and flu thing, right? So Very cool things here. Very cool things here for LHDX. So guys, let's pull up our moving averages as well. Okay, obviously we have that 12-hour with a huge pivot to the upside, and it was in respects to the after hours trading. So this is very, very interesting, and it could be just firing a signal. I'm sorry, a signal in volatility. So that's actually something that I want to pull up now and see if we can actually just kind of bypass and kind of just get right into that. Oh my goodness. No, you didn't. Look at that. It's already in critical oh my goodness. Get out of here, dude. Wow. Okay. When did this fire? It just fired. It fired on Friday. The signal has officially fired on Friday for this thing. And I don't know, man. This doesn't suggest a dead cat bounce, to be very honest with you. This is, volatility is at critical right here. So we're looking at within the 90 percentile of volatility, very likely to start printing the red bars, just like we did here. So red bars means maxed out 100% volatility and 12 hours at a time, right? Since we're in the 12-hour time frame. So this is just fired and momentum is barely starting to that upside within critical volatility. So this now immediately makes it a statistical play in the 12-hour chart. Okay, let me look at the daily momentum versus volatility. Similar thing here. Go ahead and notice this. Look at what momentum is doing. It's starting to correct. This is the 3-day exponential moving average, right? So this is your D percent, this is your K percent. So you have that correction already happening. So meaning that you're gonna start to see time confluence here. Okay, so when you start getting a confluence in volatility and time frames, that's when moves likely start becoming very likely. Okay, so 8-hour time frame. Let's see, 8-hour time frame in critical volatility upside, right? Let's go ahead and look at the 6-hour. 6-hour in critical upside. See what I mean? 4-hour in critical upside, guys. Damn. All right, critical volatility on the bi-hourly with upside. This is really strong, super strong. Look at that. Hourly critical volatility in maxed out critical. Okay, so this is 100% and suggesting an upside almost immediately. Critical volatility even on the 30. Of course, we're going to face a little bit of a pullback on the 30-minute for reaccumulation for another moonshot. Man, okay, so let me see the 3-day now. Okay, wow. So the 3-day is setting up a contraction play. So this is very likely to find, man, okay. Guys, everything from the bi-daily. Yeah, the bi-daily is in that prep. This is about to prep that upside. So starting from the daily, this is all the way down to the hourly. All of this usually means a huge move to the upside is coming, okay? And I'm not talking about in respects to what already happened here on the 12-hour, because remember, the daily did not get to see any of the daily closure, right? The traditional market close. The volatility on the daily and momentum have not got to see what happened in the after hours. So this is why I'm telling you that the daily and the bi-daily are about to get flashed to the upside and officially starting that upside move. So this is absolutely bullish, and this is absolutely suggesting a multi-day continuation to the upside. Please remember that it's very cheap. Okay, so at any moment somebody can become a millionaire and then let it go, right? But this is very much, very likely gonna make an upside. Okay, so now let's go ahead and look at the RSI. Okay, so let's get a little surgical with that now. Let's start off with the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame and see what the downside could be for us. Okay, likely not in a 30-minute. Let's see the micro time frames, right? So, okay, slight downside on both the 5 and the 15. The 30-minute is already suggesting upside consolidation on the hourly and bi-hourly. Okay, so the 4-hour, could that be where you're starting? Okay, yeah. So 4-hour and up, it's starting that upside and very aggressively. The upside was already present here on the daily without even seeing what happened in the 12-hour. Man. Okay. All right. So the loading zone, let's use maybe the 4-hour or even the hourly. Okay. So let me load up our EMAs. Let's mark our range. This is another one, guys, and this one's very, very strong, and it's gonna push. It will push. This one will push. Let's see. Not that the other ones won't either, but this one's. We should have got long this already. We should have been long this in Friday, but this is this. Let me see. Let me just see. Okay, I gotta concentrate here so that you guys don't miss the boat, and me either, because there are too many tickers right here that we want to get long now. Damn it. Guys, LHDX for real. My goodness. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for bringing this in. This is not, hold on just a second, because there's literally no downside ever to this. Okay, hold on. Very, very, very interesting set of supports here. Okay, so let me see the 4 hour and get rid of, actually, no. Oh, good. All right, so it does share confluence. Okay, so the hourly and 4 hour share the top side of this range with the SMA 200. So remember, guys, as a good trader, you want to look at correlation. You want to find correlation. You want to find confluence, find the rhyming. And this is how you can give yourself another validation and yet another validation for an upside based on your thesis, right? So this is the range that I'm looking at for a potential pullback. And it could be, I mean, not, it's going to be very short-lived. Notice that the SMA 200 shares, I mean, so much confluence here with this candle, right? This red one. Look at the top side of that. So it shares it, right, guys? So I'm going to give you, let's see. Oh, it's so small. It's very tiny, the area that we can get long this. Okay, so you're looking at about 38.52 to 39.93 if that happens. So usually when situations like this happen, right? So we would actually have to take into consideration the previous, let me see. Yeah, we're going to have to take the first half of the day range with a fib, swing high to the swing low, right? So let's just see, and it's really not enough. We already pushed beyond that target. Damn, when we use the 4-spot 618, the 4-spot 618 landing right at our top side of the support. Okay, so the support that we're looking at to get long this, very interesting. Okay, so it's telling me that we're following geometrics pretty nicely. Okay, so let's see, let's get really creative here, guys, because this thing may just kind of launch without anybody's warning, and then everybody who's already long this ticker is going to be like, yay, winning. Right, so let's take into consideration the overall, the overall swing high to swing low of the previous day. So meaning Friday. Let's see what we have. Okay, so if we're looking, oh man, jeez, guys, I don't think there's any way we can get down to 32. And if it does, it would be to be played like this. Okay, this is very. I'm not afraid to miss out on this, guys. I'm not afraid to miss out on this because I don't care. You know what I mean? There's so many of these, and you're already seeing that this is literally the fourth ticker that we're looking at for another opportunity to get long and make money in just today. Okay, so to play it this way is why I'm saying that. Okay, meaning that you would have to wait for this thing to pump. Let it pump to the 1-spot 272 to maybe even just upside of that of 59.28, and then it would likely come back to find support at that SMA 100 and find even a better entry than the one that I'm already suggesting at about 37.19. Okay, but it's critical that you play it that way, and it's counter to anybody else's emotions and psychology. So meaning that you would literally wait for it to go to make its upside continuation, upside of that 1-spot 272 rejection, come back and validate potentially at that SMA 200 to the 3-spot 618. To the not 618. Very, very, very. It would be the best case scenario for you to get long at 32.26. But then this thing would actually rocket ship. And I'm very much looking at a few targets here. That SMA 200 landing right at the 2-spot 272, 3-spot 272 at 18 cents, almost 19 cents. Very likely it can actually touch that target. Okay, and I'm talking about within the next few days. So now you know what I'm looking at, okay? And now you know how to play it without the pullback. You know how to play it now from the initial to an upside, right? meaning that you would likely have to scalp this, take profit 57.90, right? Let it come back down, meet the not 618, hopefully, right next to that SMA 50, right down here, if it does that. Or, I mean, the more likely area would be that SMA 200, right at about 37.19. So if that's the case, then you can, get long immediately here, take profit, right? Get long again this area, ride it for the real move. So now you know. So chat, let's go ahead and dive in, because this is definitely like suggesting a crazy upside. Okay. So actually, for the short seller, just to give a quick little hint, very likely short positions will open 53.60 to 57.60. I would say 57.71. Very likely short-term short sellers would present a very interesting opportunity to scalp to about 32 to about 36 cents. Okay, it's a short-term 15% gainer, 18%, not bad. Okay, so let's rate this, guys. D- being your max loss, D+ being your break even. Let's rate it D- to A+. What are we doing? A chat, dive in. Let's see what we're rating this for the longs. You guys now know. All right, Mr. Levis giving this an A rating. Naps44 saying you missed the rocket. Jesus says things. I don't have 25,000 on my Robinhood account, but I'll probably use a day trade on it. Yeah, not bad. Joe H giving it a D-. I would definitely give it a D- for shorts at this point. So Sean Harris giving this a D-. Mark Roach D. So Jesus Saves giving this an A. Right. MM giving it a B. Indra H giving this a C+. Man, guys, this is all over the place, okay? But I do have to tell you that it's not every ticker where we see the 1 hour to the freaking daily of volatility versus momentum suggesting an upside, okay? It's not always that you get to see that. And when that does happen, that usually suggests for a pretty powerful upside thrust. Let's see, market-wide squeezes this week or next. Man, it kind of looks like it, man. I'm not even gonna lie for a quick second, okay, you guys. So Mark Roach saying you feel like you missed it, and man, so let's just put it this way: if you did gain entry from the top side of the short term reaccumulation period, you're looking at a 198% move to the upside to the target that I'm looking at. 200%. Oh my goodness. That is it is aggressive in this one, man. So this one's got huge psychological implications to it. We have to be very careful, and definitely if you are new to trading, this again, guys, okay, I'm going to be very clear with you, okay? So this can suggest some serious losses, okay? So please know that you're looking at a 43 cent asset, okay? At any moment, someone can dump their position, or for short positions, a whale can go into this 30K and this thing will go bloop, right? Creating massive and endless losses if you're on margin shorts, okay? So please be very careful for that bleep. All right, so in my personal take on this one, guys, you guys know that I don't like to have the under micro caps and under a micro afloat, right? So in my personal perspective, let's go ahead and rate this, right? And we're going to rate this a solid, and I mean a very solid C+, because this is very rare that you get to see so many upside suggestions on momentum versus volatility. I mean, you're talking about several statistical plays, okay, and all of them with a different target to the upside. It's rare. It's rare to see that. Okay, so actually the last time I saw it, and I actually spoke about this, was for Bitcoin before it made the move from 17 to the 25 that we saw. That was the last time I saw something like that happen, okay? So that you can see that even in the power of the power of volatility and momentum can even happen in crypto in that sense. Alex giving it a C, Naps44 giving it a D. Very good, guys. Thank you so much for sharing the rate here for the longs, right? So remember, it does not have to be my rating. Please take it just as a form of entertainment. All right, guys. So this is it, man. This is it. I'm gonna make sure to put it on the notes here so we can suggest that upside. Let's move on to the next ticker and see what we got. Okay, so a very long-awaited GTII is next. Okay, you guys. So this is going to be a recap to what I was actually talking about on, when was it? I think it was on maybe Friday. Okay, so we actually celebrated my you guys remember shouting out happy birthday to my daughter a couple weeks ago, right? So we finally were able to celebrate her birthday, and that was actually just last night, so which is my apologies to you for not being able to put out a video, right? But we came back with a vengeance today, but we celebrated that birthday just yesterday, guys. It was a good time. So Mark Roach saying, yeah, Kate, absolutely, man. My baby girl loved it. Took some nice pictures, had some quality family time, and we ate some good food. It was a Subway and some Costco pizza. You guys know how that Costco pizza can go. Oh, man. All right, so let's go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol GTII. Indra H, thank you so much. Very, very kind of you to share that. Happy birthday to her. I'll let her know. All right. So let's go ahead and now make this analysis. GTII essentially faced that downside from where we noticed the bearish engulfing here on the 5-day. Remember, guys, that I tell you, I like to follow candle analysis on minimum 8 hours, preferably daily, as the candle formations tend to realize a little tighter when we do look at it in that perspective, right? So GTII had a huge downside here from that bearish engulfing that we saw from days ago. Okay, so let's move on to the next chart and see what we got. This is particular to volatility versus momentum on the 3-day chart, and I want to just let you know that this is, you see this curvature happening here. This is what I mean by this thing loading up again, and I really do feel like it's actually going to fulfill a type of regression here. So very likely we can actually do this type of move, and then it'll continue on to the upside. So and still making that volatility run that we were noticing for that 3,000% move to the upside, right? So there was a rumor out there of people talking about longs kind of dumping CRTD so that they can get long GTII even harder, right? So that, I'm not going to lie, it may actually be happening, right? Because this is indicating that there is a correction period here happening for the volatility run for the 3-day. And please notice that we're going to be closing this in about a day and 15 hours. So as soon as we get that closure of the 3-day candle iteration, which is this one here, we're going to see just how much momentum versus volatility got impacted, okay? Which is going to be, it's going to be critically important for us to see, right? So let's move on. All right, so this is the, I was talking about a potential downside here to $1.31, where I felt that we actually did find a bottom from this in respects to this channel, right? So we did get a bounce, and it's very nice. And I also like the fact that we printed this huge daily hammer, the inverted hammer, right? And it also just happens to be printed at the bottom of it, at the end of a downside. So that's good. That's good. But I did suggest 131, and the lower end of this candles, it came down to 133. Okay, so that's a lot of anticipation happening right at this resistance, at the support, which means that a lot of people are in fact looking at this support for GTII. Okay, it's not only me. So let's go ahead and now move on to the next chart to see what we have. Okay, because here's another validator to what we were talking about. We said 131 at the SMA 50, right? So it absolutely came down to where we were talking about. Okay, and it shares confluence with the 2.272 as well. Okay, so very, very precise timing that we were able to see here. So now please notice that we faced rejection from that 1.618. This is a real battle, okay? We have to make sure that we can succeed the $1.44 range before a continuation onto the upside. It's very strong, okay, you guys? So let's move on. We're just gathering our puzzle pieces, okay? So here is where I can show you in a little bit more of a detailed manner. This is the time fractals that we looked at the other time, right? This is where that 131 is located, okay? So now starting the next day, I'm talking about tomorrow's trading session. 131 is still the target that I'm looking at, okay? So I'm not saying that we're going to moonshot from here. What I am saying is that I'm absolutely looking for the validation of this symmetrical triangle by touching it. Okay, so as soon as we touch it, we validate it. Okay, so then that would be good. And then we would be trading a range here. Okay, so in the preparation for that leads to an upside because we're looking at the support bottom of this channel. The range that we're looking at from this symmetrical triangle is located right upside of the 4.618, which is already curious that is suggesting the upside of this golden mean. Okay, so the actual target is landing at about 322. And another thing that's very curious about that target is this. Please go ahead and notice this tiny little gap here. Okay, so that has so much confluence with the target that we're already looking at right at that 4.618. So let me actually see this candle high. Okay, so go ahead and look at the high right over here. Okay, my candle's right up here. Look at the H for high and check out where it says 307. Look at what we have here in the 4.618, 307. Okay, so that's already finding correlation in geometrics. Okay, so if we can succeed that, it would likely be because of the breakout from this triangle. Okay, and the psychological, I guess you can call it the price objective or whatever silly way you can trade this triangle would literally be by taking a trend line from the top side of the triangle to the lower end of the triangle being down here, and you apply it to the supposed area of breakout located usually 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle. Okay, so from there, the trading rules are suggesting within the range that we're looking at. Okay, so very curious price action that GTII is essentially kind of building. Okay, so this is very bullish for GTII as well. Okay, so now if we're looking at the RSI real fast, let's start it off with a 30-minute immediate short-term time frame, just like we always do. And please go ahead and notice that this is essentially validating what I'm talking about by actually validating the $1.31 zone that I was talking about for now a few days, okay, or a couple days, right? So please notice that the 30-minute time frame is losing the bear pressure, but it's still present, okay? Downside suggestion on the 4-hour time frame, which is very much confluent with that downside target, and also notice that we're still within the gravitational zone of the bear strength percentile, which would essentially face support before an upside. Okay, downside suggestion from that 8-hour as well. And it's about to fail it to come down right back into that gravitational zone, just like this iteration here. We touch it, we bounce it, right? We resist it, and very likely we can actually touch it and then make an upside again, which would be indicative of trading that triangle that we're looking at. Okay, so it's particular to this here, meaning we touch it, we validate it, right? We come back up, we face the resistance on the 8-hour, 14-day simple moving average of the RSI, come back down, reaccumulate again, and then we can make that bounce to the upside, right? So that's how the play usually goes. Remember, it's per the playbook rules. It's not necessarily suggesting that this would be something based on psychology. I'm talking about just raw price action here, okay? So if psychology feels that it needs to take it to the moon, then let it be. And it's gonna happen because that's what psychology said, but there's no way for us to measure that psychology, okay? All right, so now, go ahead and notice that the loss of bear strength is happening yet again on the daily. Okay, so we're losing that bear pressure. This is loading up an upside. Here's the validator, 3-day time frame, suggesting now a support from that 14-day simple. Very likely we're going to find a support here, find a gravitational zone from the bear weakness percentile, and continue on that upside. Even the 5-day has a very limited downside here. Okay, so this is guys, GTII is loading up. And is loading up for a continuation to the upside, thus fulfilling that higher high, higher low structure. Okay, it's incredibly important that we notice how the play is moving. Okay, a lot of people already DMing me saying what happened to the $18, what happened to this, what happened to that, guys. Well, nothing happened to it. It's still there. We just have to make sure that we can fulfill the natural ebb and flow of this, right? So many messages coming regarding that, okay, you guys? So know that I'm keeping an eye on it, right? I want to make sure that, if I notice immediate weakness, at least from the charts, right? I'm talking about from the technical perspective. If I notice some weakness, guys, I'm going to call it out, and I don't care how much you hate me, okay? But I will do that. What happened to CRTD was something that I could never have guessed, okay? How can I know that somebody just had an itch and decided to kind of cancel out whatever happened there? That was terrible. And I really feel bad for the people holding CRTD. That is not something that I wish for. Okay, you guys, so that is what I'm looking at for GTII. This is absolutely looking bullish, and it absolutely is suggesting a continuation to the upside after a little bit of a consolidation period, slight bearishness, and also the validation of, yet again, the channel. Okay, so this was my discretionary channel, but if I'm getting surgical, then it's this one here. Okay, so when I get a little more detailed, then I can see that the downside is still suggesting that 131, potentially tomorrow. Okay, you guys, so that's going to do it for ticker symbol GTII. Let's go ahead and rate it. What are we rating this? Remember, guys, max loss, D-. Your break even would be essentially D+. Okay, so what are we rating this for the longs, you guys? Joe H giving it a C. Dive in, chat. Let's go ahead and rate this for the longs. Indra H giving it a C. Jesus Saves giving it a GTII S-, meaning A-, right? So Naps44 giving it a D. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This is already, it's still sitting at about 400% to the upside from where we were already looking for. Randy Campbell giving it a B. ADDA giving it a D-. Samantha H giving it a B. Alex giving it a C. Very cool. So, okay, so Brennan Anella's Fun Adventures giving it a C. What's up, man? Good to see you. Naps44, yep. Let's see. So Mark Roach giving it a no rating because of the OTC too risky here. Absolutely agreed. MM giving it a C. Nice. So Cal L saying, I like it if it can print confirmation upside candles. So that is literally what I think we need to do. First of all, the first confirmation that we would look at would be that 131, right? And the upside confirmation would literally be a pump to the 194 rejection. And then we come back, test this newly converted resistance into support, 162 level, 156 level. Then that would be that validation for that upside. But momentum and volatility are getting prepped. And to tell you the honest truth, it is looking absolutely bullish. But I want to be clear that the signal is not yet again recovered. It's there and it's about to do it. But we need to make sure that it doesn't, that we're not looking at the about, that we're looking at the actually confirmed. Okay, there's a huge difference here. Okay, so the thing is that we're looking at it as a huge potential because I'm sure that in about, or no, actually, you know what? I take back that I'm sure. What I'm gonna say here is that potentially when the price action is sitting at 307, I'm gonna see comments saying, "Man, I should have got long at that 131." Right? So, know that I'm not certain that it's actually gonna do that. What I'm trying to say is that we need it to play out first. We need the validations. We need the signal to fire. Okay, and then we can make that upside. Okay, it's very, very important that we get the validations first. And moderator Cal L saying, and that's coming from a guy, me, or Cal L, right? That aggressively enters early. So yes, I completely agree with you. Validations need to be made. Okay, so what I'm saying here is that the very aggressive trader is going to try to long this at 131. Okay, so you're going to be facing a huge amount of psychology here, okay? Meaning that you're going to potentially be up 20%, 25%. You're going to come back down. You're going to be plus 5%. And then you're going to come back up and be 38%. And then you're going to come back down and be 25%. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster, to put it very short. Okay, so a lot of people like the validations to not face that type of turmoil, right? Oh my goodness. So Tiny Baby Doll saying, Arca, only TA, not a prediction. You don't advise to buy or hold or sell. Always appreciate your very detailed and insightful TA along with your mods and your valuable input. Thank you so much. Tiny Baby Doll, that means a great deal to me and the moderators, of course. I'm sure it does. I express a huge thanks to you. I have to be as clear as I can be, guys. So let's go ahead and now finish this off, guys. So what, let's see, I know I got a huge amount of rating, right? So in my case, guys, because I'm waiting for that validation for the upside, I have to give this, a long rating of a solid C, okay? Because I want that validation to happen. So I'm neutral for this right now, but I don't see capitulation. Unless somebody just sells off immediately, right? Then I guess it happened. But in my case, I don't see any weakness to the downside like that. In fact, I see the weakness from the bears. It looks like they're starting to cover their positions right now. Okay, so when we do get those validations, then very likely we can see a very nice move to the upside, of which can bring some very nice gains for the retail, or for retail, right? So I know there's a lot of long-term holders there as well. I would need to express extreme caution with your longs, okay, you guys? So let me make it on my notes that we did rate this as a C. Good deal. Okay, I love it. So guys, please remember to make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Let's get the algorithm stimulated, right? So that we can get some more people up in the chat. Very, very awesome night of streaming, okay, you guys? So let's go ahead and move on to ticker symbol VS and see what it's got for us, okay? So I remember we were talking about this one potentially being a bear trap, right? Let me take a sip of water here. So if it is going to be a bear trap, it very much played out already. And that could already be on that upside, okay? So the reason why I'm suggesting or saying upside on this ticker, it's because of a lot of reasons, guys. It's actually volatility versus momentum. So we noticed here that we had that resistance touch, right? So this is setting up the perfect short position, right? So the short positions are usually short, right? They get short at this confirmation, meaning that we succeed the outside of the channel or the wedge. We touch a geometrical target, which we saw. We saw that 2.618, right? Then we make the move to the upside. We resist, and this would be the signal for shorts to open, right? So shorts open. And from here, you're supposed to be making zigzags all the way to the downside, okay, to finally face the downside target and the price objective for short positions, 37.76, located at the genesis of the formation itself. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that this particular setup may not be favoring that is for a few reasons, actually. So when we have 4 tests of the resistance of a bearish formation, that usually invalidates it. So meaning that you have test number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, huge capitulation event. I think short sellers were a little confused here because they saw test 1. They saw test 1 here. They didn't see test reaccumulate 2, right? That could be the confusion here. So it's test number 1, 2, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4th test usually invalidates the downside thesis. So which is why I think if this is playing by the playbook rules, this is setting up a massive bear trap. Okay. So this, we fail it. They open position. Longs already took it. Okay. Longs already started stopping out some shorts here. Okay. So what this is saying is that this is now creating a new structure of higher lows. Okay, so if that's the case, this would essentially start to come back up and start to knock at that door again, and then it's gonna recover it, and then it'll create kind of what could be a short squeeze of sorts. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next chart. Here's the reason why I can continue validating that this is a potential bear trap. Okay. Because the signal fired, statistically speaking, okay? The signal volatility versus momentum fired officially, let's see. February 22nd. Okay, so you're looking at an upside suggestion on volatility here on the daily, and we're already now starting a contraction phase. Okay, so one of two things can happen here. We can continue contracting and with an upside suggestion here on momentum, or we can continue an upside suggestion and also revert back to critical volatility, which is going to be explosive if it does happen back to back to back like that. We're talking about critical volatility iterations 3 times. That suggests a massive explosion. Okay, so now I've taken a back test of volatility versus momentum in the daily chart throughout the entire trading history of it. So if you're curious, right? I'm not just saying that. So this is me, okay? This is all my back testing, all of my notes throughout the entire trading history so that I can see the probabilities of where the asset can go, statistically speaking. Remember, statistics are not certainties, okay? So let's go ahead and just take a look at this now, okay? Out of a total 34 iterations, you're looking at 22 correctly guessed to the upside regarding volatility versus momentum. That profile seems to be playing out pretty nicely. Aggressive upside here, contraction phase here. That oval is essentially what we look for, okay? So, out of those 22 iterations, that gives us an average upside accuracy of 64.70% with an average upside thrust of a massive 94.61 with an average duration of about just over 20 and a quarter days. Okay, so if that's the case, then the signal already fired and we're making a move to the upside that can be consistent of touching the resistance of this channel, of the broadening descending wedge that we've been trading for days and weeks and months. Let's see, since when? Actually, since October 27th, 2021, right at the start of that bear cycle, right? So it looks like it's preparing for a massive upside, and it could be a macro upside, okay? So that topside target is located at $1.5384. This is why I'm saying that there is a potential move to the upside here that can really lead to a short squeeze. And I'm talking a volatility run, a statistical run to these kinds of targets can pressure short positions out of their position, right? Meaning stopping them out, which would then pressure it to the upside, which is what happens all the time, guys. Remember when I was talking COSM, I was saying, guys, whatever's going to happen to this ticker needs to happen within the next day or two, and then we can make that upside of about 100.378% to the upside, right? So what ended up happening was that, yeah, we made the move. Whatever happened, and then it made an upside of about 164%, literally surpassing my statistical average. So this is why I'm saying that when you're making upside violent moves like that, you're likely to pressure out short positions, which would then, we would then be in the presence of what something could be considered as a short squeeze, right? So good stuff here. I'm still seeing it here, okay? So moderator Cal L posting that link yet again, guys. Make sure to join the Arca Bulls trading family in the Discord, okay? Refer to that link, check it out, say hello, say goodbye, say whatever you want. Just go in there and talk. Lots of smart people in there. Good community, okay? So that is going to do it for ticker symbol VS. Let's go ahead and rate it for the longs, guys. So remember, I'm talking about a potential. I'm talking about short term. Let's see. Yeah, man, everything is suggesting upside already. Jeez. All right, every time frame is already suggesting an upside. Very interesting. We could face an accumulation period soon, though. Buy daily is still at that support, guys. Man, this is really not showing downside ever. I don't know who. Do not short this, guys. If I have short sellers in my chat right now, do not short it. I'll be clean with you. I'll be straight up with you. I'll tell you that this could be a good short scalp. I will not tell you right now that this is one. Okay, so Naps, let's see, Supra 7. How you doing, man? Good to see you here. So Mark Roach giving it a C. Randy Campbell giving it a B. Naps 44 giving it a C++. Not even speaking about the language itself, right? C++. Indra H giving it a B-. Man. And ADDA giving it a rating of moonshot. Joe H giving it an A. Mr. Levitz giving it a B. Man. Guys, this has huge sentiment behind it. Man. VS could be in preparation, like I'm telling you guys. It's setting up. The longs are really setting up right here. A really interesting bear trap. Alex giving it a B as well, aside from Mr. Levitz. Man, this is incredible ratings here, you guys. And I really do think that everybody being so in tune and so consistent like this only indicates a potential upside. We can see our own sentiment suggesting the upside. Imagine what the rest of the world sees. Oh, man. So if I see this upside continuation here, trust me when I say that other statistical analysts do as well. Okay, so JDXL giving it a B+. Mr. Levis, what do you think? Jesus, C S+ or what? Man, A with a bias. Sebastian Lim. Oh man, guys, this is very good stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very excited over this ticker too. The fact that we actually came back up, recovered that upside, and not suggesting downside. Even still, man, even still facing this, everything is still pitched to the upside. Powerful moves on the way for ticker symbol VS. Okay, so let me go ahead and give this I mean, I see it there, guys. I see it there. Is the signal already kind of fired, right? So let me give this a long rating of, and you know what? I really hate doing this, you guys. I really hate doing it, but sometimes I have no choice because these are tiny valuations, right? So I think I can safely give this a buy rating of a C+ to B-, okay? Because it's, I mean, the statistical play is there and it's suggesting a huge upside. So I mean, I'm just going to put it out there, guys. The opportunities are freaking real. And now we're looking at what? Let's see. So ticker symbol VS. Let me make the note now and I'll give you guys that count. My goodness, man, this is very cool. So C+ is what I gave it, right? Buy rating of a C+ to B-. So that now makes 1, 2, 3, wow, 4 tickers, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 tickers that have at least a B within the ratings from tonight's stream. This is ridiculous. Guys, this is really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. Naps44 giving it a C++. Good deal. Oh, my goodness, man. So, Sebastian Lim, I know you've been talking to Cal-L about that ticker symbol OP. Oh, my goodness. As soon as everybody forgets about the ticker, then you're going to see that thing rip 1,000,000%. And it's going to be like, where were we, man? Because, well, manipulation. Oh, man. All right, guys, very exciting times here. We now have 4 official tickers that have at least a B rating within it. This is an incredible stream, and it just shows that the coming week could actually present some serious opportunity for some gains. Guys, very excited to be in the chat today. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. All right, so let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. What do we have? All right, so that's going to be ticker symbol GDVM. And I think somebody actually asked for this ticker from the early ticker picker requests, right? I think it may have been one that was requested from probably on Friday or something. So let's just go ahead and start it, right? So guys, I don't know how I feel about, oh man, I don't know how I feel about these types of flash wicks, right? So they often show an extreme weakness. And I mean, also, what the heck has this been doing for the last, since when? Are you joking? Look at this. Since August 26, 2022, this thing is making an upside. No way. What is this ticker? What in the world? Man, it's just been mooning forever and not booties. All right, so let me see what it's made thus far, right? So, all right, no big deal. It's already moved 3,400% to the upside, creating all kinds of trillionaires all over the place. Man, that's kind of ridiculous, guys. This is, I mean, talk about overextension here, right? So, yeah, and very interesting price action here. Just barcoding like crazy for, wow, for years. It barcoded for like 5 years straight. Man. ADDA saying 3,000%, not enough. My bro, not even the 3,202% for the GTII apparently is not enough either. They're going to be like, what, bro? You said like $400 last week and now it's like $18. What? I'm just kidding. Oh my goodness. So let's just see what kind of things this thing's got. But I'm not going to lie, guys. I don't like it when flashes like these happen. Likely somebody took their... Did this thing really go from 3 zeros and 1 to 8 to where? To 13 cents? Man, trillionaires. Trillionaires club being made here. Likely somebody took that profit, right? I mean, very lucky that this thing has the liquidity to back it, right? So, what, man, that's not shady at all. Guys, come on, please notice this. This thing has a sell rating, and it also doesn't share the cap or the float. Is the company even real? All right, so let's go ahead and move on and find out here, guys. I may not be able to understand what could be happening here because of momentum, but I'll be able to share with you some thoughts nonetheless. Okay, so let's go ahead and now load up momentum. Start from that 30 minute. Okay. I'm afraid that this could be one massive bear flag. Okay. These are usually continuation patterns. And let me go down to the 15 minute and see if there is. Okay, so there it is. So on the 5 minute, which by the way, I hate seeing, right? So it could be, man, not even that. I have to look at the 1 minute. Guys, I do not trade these time frames. But hold on. As I think I see it here. Oh, goodness gracious. This is just one huge amount of just silliness happening. Could it be? Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so I don't want to go down below a damn minute. It was just such a huge flash wick. Right, so what I'm looking at here, guys, is essentially a bear flag, right? So I don't want to say that it's going to go down without actually knowing. But I want to tell you that it's pretty rare to break above these formations, especially when you're looking at them in a very tiny time frame, like a 15 minute, or let alone the 1 minute, right? So if we are building this formation here, that is considered to be a continuation formation. Okay, so if we're continuing here, then that would likely mean that this thing can capitulate even further, where it can start creating a sell event, right? Or a type of take profit now before I'm the one left holding the bag type situation. Okay, so and it would likely happen when it's freaking 4,000% ups. All right, so yeah, so when we capitulate like this and we start creating this run like this is considered to be a bear flag and also a continuation formation. Okay, so let's see what the hourly has to say, and it's very surgical the way that we have to look at it. So the immediate short-term time frame is potentially suggesting what could end up being as a dead cat bounce, right? So let's move on to the buy hourly and see what it's got. Okay, so buy hourly, a little bit of consolidation, a huge flash on that 14-day simple suggesting downside. Let's move along. Man, okay, so 6 hour, I don't like that pivot. I don't like that pivot either on the 8 hour. And the 12 hour, guys, I'm not gonna lie for you. I'm not gonna lie to you 1 second. This probably created a huge fear. And if I were trading this, I would immediately take profits now. If you are long GDVM, do not wait. Okay, I don't even know what to tell you other than this is probably gonna capitulate. And if it doesn't, then I guess I was wrong, guys. And I mean, it's just this type of candle. I mean, it happened in the 5 minute. Okay, so this stopped out a lot of people, and now people are looking at it like, should I take my profit now? Should I take my money now? What is it gonna do, right? So, I mean, I've seen these before, specifically in crypto, so I can't really correlate it all that well. But what I have noticed is that when these flash wicks happen in crypto, usually some falling knives kind of follow that, right? So I wouldn't consider staying long this ticker. Okay, so, and in fact, I don't want to create any more attention into this because this is going to pose a lot of danger to people soon. And I'm talking both short and both long. Okay, because it can easily drop another, I mean, to 3 cents, right? This can I'm talking from almost 9 cents. This can capitulate to 3 cents, and then this thing could literally make an upside to about 13 again, and then capitulate. So everybody in this is in danger. Okay, I want to express my concerns over this. Okay, but I would not touch this with a 10-foot pole. You know that saying. So guys, let's go ahead and make sure to end this ticker now. We are not going to rate it because it is very dangerous. And I would, as a friend, I would highly advise for you to take your profits now. Okay, you guys, before you incur any more losses. Okay, so don't let them take your losses. Okay, get out. And that just, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, you guys. So we're going to leave this very dangerous ticker as a no rating, right? All right, you guys. So I'm not going to lie. I very much have enjoyed this stream. I love it. So guys, I actually have time for 2 more tickers, and we are going to look at ticker symbol COSM followed by ticker symbol BOIL. All right, you guys. So this is very good. I loved that we have been able to look at all of this thus far. So guys, yeah, COSM, man, I haven't looked at it in a few days, and I gotta say, it looks like it could be in that validation process for that broadening descending wedge, right? So the thing is that I'm not exactly sure why this is happening, but what I can say is that we are looking at the potentials of the Zip Doctor acquisition. I think it is likely to happen this week. I know it got pushed back, right? I heard, but there is a potential to where we could be looking at a very bullish move here, and it tends to happen, when fear is striking. Okay, so this is, I mean, it actually is very likely that this can push up to the upside if the Zip Doctor actually happens. Okay, so COSM, in my personal experience, okay, I'm really talking about personal here, okay, you guys. I'm not talking about statistically backed or anything. Usually when fear comes in like this and we're at a critical support, we can face a little bit of downside consolidation followed by an explosive move. Okay, so I want to be as clear as I can be that I guess if you wanna consider it a call out, whatever you want it to be. But this could be in preparation to a massive move to the upside, and of which I am not exactly sure. But the Zip Doctor thing, the acquisition, oh my goodness gracious, look at that. Hold on, let's look at momentum now. Jeez, I may have to do, oh guys. Wow, lordy lord, this is in serious preparation here, guys. So we're critically oversold on momentum 12-hour. We're in critical volatility, critical contraction. We are tight right now. This thing is, you know kind of what happened in the Big Bang Theory? Not the show. I'm talking about literally the Big Bang Theory. Right? So it's just the pressure was so tight and it was just so tiny, right? That it just exploded into this ever expanding freaking universe, right? Whatever that is. This is literally that. Okay. COSM turning in to the freaking Big Bang Theory, right? This is massive, guys. This is massive. Okay. So I now want to create a back test out of this. Okay, so very likely we can, okay, look at this. There we go. Again, another situation. Okay, first of all, the 8-hour is already firing the signal and we're already moving upside. Guys, something is happening here. I'm telling you now. And I'm not going to repeat it unless you ask me, of course. But it's happening now, okay? COSM could be in a huge preparation for a massive explosion. Remember the ticker that we looked at. What was it? Ticker symbol TELL. Okay, this is yet again happening on COSM. Okay, multiple time frames in critical contraction with upside suggestions. Okay, we have not seen it. Okay, we have not seen these iterations happen all the time. Okay, so we're talking about critical contraction to expansion. Okay, all of these time frames are suggesting it, and this is very likely going to make a stupid move to the upside. As soon as, man, if that thing gets announced, it would be very likely for this thing to make, I don't know, guys. Oof. Let me see what the daily, let me just take a quick wing at it, right? So let me see what the daily swing high to the swing low can tell us. And also maybe even a moving average, right? So let's see. Man, COSM is really prepping that, guys. I don't know, man. Oh, goodness gracious. So there are several targets that we have to combat. First of all, remember, we're going to likely use upside of the 1.618, 454 range to about 471 The same resistance that we were looking at because of this tiny, ridiculous little gap here on the daily, okay? All right, so remember, we have a lot of gaps that have been used so many times as just resistance. Right here, look at this, okay? This is the gap. Resistance, 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 resistance. I mean, guys, it's just, and then support, support, support. Resistance, 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 guys. This target is an inflection point. Okay, this is a very important thing to combat. Very likely we can come back up to that target, and find resistance. Come back to the one spot 272.438. Validate this, and then explode to the upside. It's gonna zigzag. Okay, but it's already showing that it's doing that anyway. Okay, so this is gonna face a powerful move, and I'm just letting you guys know right now. Okay, so as far as RSI is concerned, let's see. So the downside seems to be diminishing at about the 3-day, but let me see the bi-daily even. Yeah, so I mean the bears are already just, it looks like the bears are exhausted. Okay, so the 8-hour is the strongest time frame. It's already in oversold, and it could very well be. It could very well just surprise everybody. But remember, this is only for the short term. As the daily time frame is losing that strength already. Of course, we are already in that support zone here. I'm talking about the gravitational zone. So we're looking at a support right here that can essentially take us to the upside. This is the gravitational zone of the bear strength. Okay, so now the bi-daily is I mean, guys, this is a downside. Okay, this is downside. This is not. Okay, so this is it's telling me that the bears are losing a lot of strength here, and I promise you that it's a feeling that the bears are gonna feel. If that Zip Doctor thing, when it comes out, they're going to be like immediately market sell. It's going to be market cover. Okay, so they would immediately market cover so that they can not be the ones holding the bag. The moment one institution, I'm talking one, only one institution covers based on that Zip Doctor, it'll rocket ship this thing, and it'll probably invalidate every resistance that I just gave you. Okay, so the power of acquisitions is something that I talk about very often, okay? I don't look at fundamental metrics other than mergers, acquisitions, share buybacks, things of that nature, okay? So this could really pose a serious danger to the shorts, and I have to tell you now, guys, if you are a short seller, very similar to the other tickers that we've been looking at, like VS, like TRKA, I would not short this, okay? I would not short this. I would really stay away from shorting this, okay? Because you can incur infinite losses on this one, okay? So Stick Vicious saying the Zip Doctor acquisition could be announced any day. Oh my goodness, see what I mean? So Stick Vicious saying low float, lots of holders. The CEO owns a large share portion, just bought at $11.50 recently. And I think Greg, right? The CEO has actually bought millions and millions of dollars of his own shares. What does that tell you? Okay, so that tells you long-term upside. Okay, so I think that there are even warrants above $11 on this thing. Okay, so this, guys, this has huge potential. Short sellers, stay away from this. Okay, this is not good. Okay, you guys, we can look at potential short positions on this after. Okay, so this is not the time yet. Okay, we have to learn to distinguish those positions accurately. Okay, and this is not the one. Do not short into speculation. Okay, short into confirmation and validation. Okay, but this I have to favor the bulls on this one. Okay, so please be careful. All right, you guys. So now let's go ahead and rate this for the longs, you guys. Let's go ahead and rate it for, let's see, remember, D- is your max loss, D+ is your break even. Okay, so Hound saying, what if the Big Bang is actually a white hole? The math says that the universe could be inside a black hole. What's inside of a black hole? A hologram projection of info stuck on the event horizon? Man, so, I mean, it's also said that the universe is just one little bubble of several, right? So kind of like DNA. A lot of theories there. But yeah, I mean, supermassive black holes can get even bigger and bigger and bigger, so which tell you that I love space, guys, so I'm gonna stay away from that. So let's see, Mark Roach saying B, MM with a B, Naps44 with a B, Alex B, damn. Cryptic Trader, Frank Benedetto equals D minus. Indra H giving it a B. Sebastian Lim B minus. Cryptic Trader, I don't even think it has anything to do with him at this point, right? I haven't even seen him mention anything about it in the last week. So this is, I'm talking about just statistically speaking, mathematically, right? So Stick Vicious giving it a solid B. COSM without Frank equals C plus. Dude, I love you. Hound saying black holes within black holes within black holes. My dude, just, oh, I love it. I love it. Interstellar, one of my favorite movies. All right, so Mark Roach saying black hole is my nat gas bill. Hell yes. So Cal L, high sentiment ticker, definitely. Okay. Bezo Amy saying this is a clown world. Let's see. Pick another one. No problem. Okay. Indra H, at least no extension was communicated. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't hear about the they pushed it back. So Hound saying I was replying to Mark Roach. Sorry, no, not a problem, dude. I'm just reading the damn things. You know how I can be so automated. JDXL B minus. Let's see, Mr. Levis. That got me excited. I'm going to A. Damn. Beso Amy with a B plus. So now Mock giving this. Let's see. Wow, thank you, Arcs. Not a problem, my dude. Not a problem. Did I miss AMC? We have actually not looked at it, but guys, I have time for one more after this one. It's gonna be ticker symbol BOIL. But yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give you my I'm gonna give you my honest rating on this one, okay, you guys. But it's just like, and you guys know that I've actually not made any money on COSM. In fact, the only money that I've made on COSM is probably the ad revenue, which is equivalent to about $33 over the span of about 3 months. So about $46, about 46 cents an hour. Oh, man. So COSM rating here, okay? I'm going to give you guys my very honest rating here. And I have to be honest with you guys. This is going to be a solid B minus. And this is just, man, I'm so stoked. If this thing really does announce that Zip Doctor thing is going to launch, oh my goodness. I don't know what to consider even upside, right? Because the last thing you want to do, and I actually explained this a few times, right? So let's take a circle here, right? So, right? So we the last thing we want to do is take a moonshot, right? We're going to go to the moon, right? So we don't want to actually go to the moon in that perspective, right? So I don't want to say we're going to the moon. So I just want to tell you guys that the sky's the limit. So whatever the sky is to you, that could probably be what's happening to COSM, right, you guys? So do not short this, okay? So because this could actually be very much inversed. Oh my goodness. So there are 2 circles here, Sebastian Lim. All right, so let's go ahead and now move on to the last ticker, guys. It's going to be ticker symbol BOIL. Oh my goodness. So Mark Roach just said 46 cents per hour. Wow, ballin', guys. Pff, I'm clubbing. I'm clubbing on 46 cents an hour. Oh man. So now, guys, let's go ahead and now move on. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to make sure that I do state that I put a B minus. That would make the 5th one, guys. The 5th freaking ticker tonight. The 5th ticker with a B. What? Man. If we don't make money this week, there's no excuse why we're not going to make money this week. Oh, man. All right, so long rating here. I'm going to put it on the notes here. So long rating is going to be a solid freaking B minus for that damn play. What the heck? Okay. All right. So let's move on now to ticker symbol BOIL. All right. So we've been looking at this one, guys, in the upper term time frames too. And the reason why is because we've been riding this massive broadening descending wedge, right? So, and it's, I mean, we've been riding it since 2016. Talk about real accumulation here, right? So if you were to, man, if you guys shorted BOIL, this would have made you a freaking gazillionaire right here, right? So huge capitulation. And very much, we're finding that support. Okay, so remember that days and days and days ago when we last looked at ticker symbol BOIL, I was suggesting a touch of the 4-spot 618 at 399. Hold on, let me just move this out of the way a little bit. So this was at about 650. All right, and then this was, let's see, hold on. What the heck just happened? Okay, hold on. And let me move this. It says, what is the valuation? I hate it when I'm too lazy to just freaking zoom out, right? So 596. So let's put that back at 590. That's close enough. All right. So yeah, we were looking at about 399, $4, whatever, at that 4-spot 618. Okay. I don't even remember. Oh, it was this, guys. That was the freaking bear flag. All right. So we did realize the downside to this thing. Okay. And then we came back down. Sue Arca. He said $4 and it went to $4.34. All right. Who hired that guy? All right. So anyway, I'm not saying that this is the bottom. However, I am saying that buy pressure or buy thrust is starting to show up after just years and years of bear celebration. Okay. I mean, lots of honeycomb here. Okay. So now what can happen? Let's go ahead and pull up momentum and see what we have for the immediate short term. Okay, let's see the 30-minute. So the 30-minute, guys, if we can just, let me get rid of this and put a new RSI because I know I'm messing around with it. I'm sorry if you're noticing changes on your RSI. It's just I'm preparing something very cool for you guys. Okay, so let's move on to the 30-minute where we are already. Upside suggestion on the immediate short term, we are located right at that gravitational zone, which would essentially push us to the upside, okay? So very, very awesome that we're using a combination of 3 moving averages here, okay? So we're using the SMA 50, actually, it's the EMA 30, sorry. It's the EMA 30, the SMA 10, and the EMA 7 as a form of support for a continuation onto the upside, okay? So this is getting super beautiful here, okay? So this may actually continue onto the upside, but we have to notice that sometimes when candles start getting smaller and smaller and smaller, some weakness could be present, okay? But I also don't like to trust candle analysis on a 30. Let's move on to the buy hourly and see what it's got, okay? So the buy hourly, here's the bear flag, guys, okay? I was telling you, man. And look, so go ahead and notice the downside. Oh, I'm sorry, the line is a little bit, there we go. Okay, here's the downside. Okay, covered right at that position, upside, huge fake out, and then continued onto the downside, right? So, guys, remember, continuation patterns are essential to trading, okay? You're looking at a downside continuation, right? Reaccumulation period, creating this higher high, lower high structure, okay? Bear flag. So this thing capitulated just like we said, right? And now it's continuing on to the upside. But what does it have to say continuing on from here? So 6-hour time frame. Let's see what the RSI has to say. This is still upside, guys, and it's in the gravitational zone, suggesting a continuation of it. Okay, the 12-hour is showing a little bit of weakness, but it's in the gravitational zone still. That junction is going to push us to the upside. Han's going crazy back there. Somebody control the dog. All right, so the daily time frame, let's see what it's got. Okay, the daily time frame already showing us a little bit of Saturn, right? Good stuff. Now the buy daily. All right, cool. Now we're approaching the sun. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Okay, this is starting to get very interesting here. Okay, so what we're looking at here is that we're already pressuring the 14-day simple on the 3-day time frame to the upside. Okay, we're pressuring it, losing that bear strength. Notice the RSI signal about to cross it. That is highly important. Okay, very, very important. And if it does cross it, we would then have a support on the 3-day range, on the 3-day massive time frame. We would have support from the gravitational zone of the oversold percentile and the 14-day simple. And we've been below this damn moving average since December 2022. And we have not come near it until right now. Guys, BOIL is looking super juicy. Okay, it is boiling. All right, so no puns. This thing is literally, I mean, what is volatility saying now? Okay, so Cal, this is what I meant. Like, you know how sometimes I get really curious to see, oh man, volatility's got to be crazy. I'm going to look at it now. This is what I mean. So whatever just happened led me to say what's happening to volatility. So let's see momentum. Dude. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm freaking 17 years old again, seeing a very pretty girl and going up to her, and she said yes to the date. Okay, and I'm like, what? Oh my goodness, she said yes. She's gonna go to the movies with me. Guys, this is massive. Okay, so the 3-day, man. Okay, let me go to the 5. Wow. No, you didn't. Okay, so this has got to be the biggest play that we've seen tonight. Whew. Okay, so from the bi-weekly, okay? Let me continue going down because I'm now massively curious. I'm gonna have to run back, guys. The signal of the firing has fired in several time frames. Goodness gracious, this is ridiculous. Okay, so yeah, guys, this is suggesting a pretty explosive move to the upside, and especially when we're looking at them on the bi-daily and the 3-day. This is barely firing, and I'm talking about it just fired. So yeah. Oh man, this is good times. Let's see the 30-minute RSI. Was there any weakness ever? Are there any shorts anywhere? No. Damn. And I kind of wish there were shorts so we can accumulate, right? Guys, this is the play of plays tonight. All right, so all right, so if we're looking at resistance, that we're gonna have to play it to the resistance side followed by a pullback. What could it be? Let's see. Resistance could be found. This is very discretionary, okay? Not that the whole freaking stream hasn't been already. Okay, oftentimes we can use a previous resistance, meaning this bear flag. We can face the resistance at about immediate short-term time frame, meaning tomorrow. 627, we resist that. We come back and we use this gap. I'm sorry. I hate this stupid wick. Oh my goodness. Okay, so. Oh, okay. I see it. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna give you the range of support after it pumps. Okay, so it would be, and I'm gonna match it with fibs too. By the way. Okay, so I just want to show you what I'm looking at. Okay, so very confluent. To the EMA 7, 4-hour EMA 7 is going to be located just above the 569 level, okay, and the EMA 30 is going to be located right inside of the 557, 558 level, creating this range, which has confluence to these candles here, okay. I don't even know what he's barking at. Okay, so likely we can face this resistance here. My toddler must have gotten so scared. Oh my goodness, I hate it when he does that. All right, so resistance right at a 626. We come back down. We start accumulating here, which, by the way, it's not guaranteed. Okay, we accumulate here, and then we sky's the limit. This, okay. So now let me pair it with some fibs, and I want to take into consideration this range, okay? Talking about from the wick high of this candle to the wick low. I want to see if we're following geometrics. Okay, so here we go. Price action literally at the 2.618. Okay? Very, very cool. Very cool. Okay, now the next thing is that we're looking at resistance at about 628. It's confluent to the 642, 3.272. Okay, so now I'm going to give you a resistance range, okay? 628 to the 642, 3.272. Very likely we can find a resistance touch there. Okay, followed by so this presents a little bit of danger here. Okay, this is going to be the first one. Okay, two ranges is going to be one solid support. I'm talking about a 568, and then the other accumulation range would be at about 556 to about 567, right in between the two fib. Okay, so that area. Okay, so these three would be 1, 2, and 3 areas would be very likely to touch. Okay, so right now we're combating that 2.618. This is incredible. Okay, so BOIL is setting up a really impressive move to the upside. Okay, but just remember, I would love to run a back test on this thing of literally the daily. I think it was. I guess the 12-hour too. Let me hold on. Damn. Okay, yes, I would have to run a contraction to expansion from the daily because this thing already fired, right? So we're looking at the firing of the signal once we are pitched to the upside with both the volatility component and the moving average and upside and above the 15th percentile alongside stochastic suggesting an upside. Okay, so we already fired that signal on the daily. Let's see, the bi-daily, now I have to run a backtest of full expansion to contraction with an upside suggestion. 3-day and 5-day and weekly and bi-weekly. Damn. And the monthly looks like it's prepping it up. Guys, this is setting up a macro move. This is setting up a macro move. Like, this is a big move. I don't know where. I don't know, like, where it's going to go, but that's the range. Okay? Huge range. Okay? I'm just saying that maybe in a few weeks, okay, our likely resistance is to be found at about 1593. We're sitting at 596 right now. So, I mean, massive moves to be found here. Okay. And yeah, so this is clean. One of the biggest plays like we've seen in live. Okay. So let's go ahead and rate this for the longs. Okay. What are we rating this? Okay. Because this is screaming diamonds. Okay. And not from the singer. Shine bright like a diamond is not it here, guys. This is screaming just money. So Alex giving this an A. What chat? Go ahead and dive in. What are we rating this? Better play tell or boil? Both nat. Yeah, I know, man. They're both nat gas, right? So as soon as one starts going, you know the sympathy goes to the next one. And in my personal opinion, probably boil. Let's see, Joe H, no rating, not my cup of tea. It's very important to see things like that, Joe. That's very smart of you. Indra H giving this a B+, B+. Mark Roach giving this an A-, Hound with an A, Cryptic Trader C+. Indra H giving this another B ticker. Sebastian Lim, another B, man. Very awesome sentiment behind this ticker, guys. I am absolutely stoked that you guys can look at it this well, right? So, and now in my, I'm gonna tell you right now, okay, that I'm gonna buy rate this, okay? So I just want to let you know, okay, Mr. Levitt's giving this a B+. I'm gonna give this a buy rating. All right, so here it is. The long rating for the longs, okay, for the longs and the long rating and the long, this is going to be a B+ to an A-. Okay, so this is probably my first A in a YouTube stream, okay, and it is a buy rating, okay? So the reason why I'm buy rating this is because I don't know the stats just yet, but the stats are screaming a huge move. Okay, so this is already loading a massive move to the upside. So it's a buy rating, Sebastian. It's a buy rating of B+ to A-, and I have never in a live stream given anything close to an A, right? So at least B+ I have. But an A-, this could be the second one, right, Beso? This is powerful. Thank you, Sebastian Lim, for providing this for the family, okay, you guys? This is very good. I can't believe that this stream really just did that to us today. Okay, you guys, this was a very, I feel like we just made $1 million together, man. That it's very hard for me to give anything an A, guys. And it's particular to statistics. I needed to meet everything. So right now I'm looking at two forms of momentum suggesting the upside. I'm looking at volatility, particularly in the area where I want it to be. I'm looking at multiple time frames in critical volatility, which is something I look for too. I'm looking at the psychological support touches from a macro formation, which is there. Guys, everything. Like it's this thing is literally giving me that the moon and the stars have aligned, right? So the biweekly time frame, volatility versus momentum. Take a look. This is already curving. This is in critical. So, I mean, it's everywhere in this. So and then you go down, right? Weekly, critical, with an upside. You go down 5-day, you have that critical with an upside. You will go to the 3-day critical with an upside. You go bi-daily critical with an upside. The daily is now a different type of upside. It's a contraction to the upside. So that's why I'm saying that this is making a macro move. It's not particular to the smaller term time frames. This is a pretty powerful move, and I think that we should probably. Okay, but I'm gonna be very, very honest in this one. I think this could be a good non-financial advice, guys. This could be a good investment too, like long-term investment. Something's up here. I don't know what it is, and I don't know how it runs, right? So, but it's setting up a huge move to the upside. Very large, very large. Okay. So guys, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. Guys, moderators, thank you so much for stopping by. Mark Roach, Hound, Samantha H, Cal L, love you guys so much. Sebastian and the team, thank you so much for suggesting these awesome tickers. So that makes 6 tickers in total, I think, with B's and 1 with a potential A. Guys, come on. Ooh, boil and cold work together. One goes up and one goes down. So yeah, you're talking about inverse plays to each other. So good short position could be open at cold. Guys, Indra H, thank you so much for stopping by. Please remember, guys, I will be sending out the welcome packages soon enough. I'm just waiting for the last 2 or 3 seats, which I'm not even sure if they already got taken. Right, I got to go check the emails and stuff, but just waiting for those last seats to get confirmed, and I'll be sending out those confirmations, okay? MM, have a very good night. Mr. Levitz, thank you so much. Sebastian Lim, thank you for stopping by. George T, have a good night, my dude. Mark Roach, love you guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. And now, remember, guys, be safe in the markets. Keep those stop losses in. Make sure to respect your risk management always, okay, you guys? Lots of opportunities here. Lots of opportunities. Cal L saying, bro, hold on. Guys, hold on just a quick sec. We have a quick little announcement from moderator Cal L, and that is actually to announce the drawing, okay? So, oh, man. Do you guys remember what drawing that is? Guys, do you remember what that drawing is? Stick Vicious, actually, guys, actually, hold on. No. Cal L, I'm not going to announce it tonight because I want Stick Vicious to be in here for it, and he's probably already asleep. So, yeah, that's right. It's actually to announce the free class, okay? So, guys, we were going to announce it today, but I can't do it today because Stick Vicious is the one who powered this, okay? So, he's the one that actually kind of put this together, and we already had it I messed up. We were supposed to do it tonight, but we didn't do it because Stig, man, I'm sorry. Too many tickers right here. Too many opportunities to make money. So let's make sure that Stig is here. Okay, so we'll do it tomorrow. All right, we're going to announce the winner for the drawing for the free class that Stig Vicious powered. Okay, you guys? Thank you, Mark. We'll absolutely get him in. Let's see. Did you use Arizona voting machines? What? No. It was actually a poll, a randomized poll in the Discord. Good stuff, you guys. All right, so guys, now with that said, I wish you all very well. I wish you all a very, very good night. And yes, we're going to go ahead and take it out tomorrow, right? We're going to be streaming tomorrow, same time, and we'll announce those winners, okay, you guys? Or that winner, sorry. So with that said, I wish everybody a good night, and I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, guys.